All right, welcome back. I decided I'm gonna start with Taeka's route. I'm using the route order advised by the top review, but I'm also gonna combine a little bit of. I'm gonna do the extra routes after each route, so I could get them off. So we'll start with Taeka's route. I am released from my cell. My joints hurt. My eyes, having adjusted to the darkness, burn as they take in sunlight. I think to myself that I never want to be put in there ever again. I head to the rehabilitation center classroom.
貴様らのような短期に手足の生えたような変態懲役どもは常に怒りをコントロールしなくてはならない。
Today, they are holding an anger management program. No longer a model prisoner, I can't take part in most of these, but this one is available to any prisoner who is fresh out of punishment.
自分ばっかり損をしている、自分ばっかり不幸である、そんな風には考えていないか？
I have no interest in the lecture, of course. All I want is some time to think.
だがな、わかるか貴様ら、人間は助け合って生きているものなんだ。
Team development has been banned by Warden Mizushiro. The team was disbanded, and it will be difficult for us to gather going forward.
人という字がどう見えるか、プリズンでテストを行ったところ、8割近くがお尻の割れ目と回答した。だが、実はこれは人と人とが支え合ってる様子なんだ。
But I am not giving up that easily. If I were someone who stopped when I was told, I wouldn't be in prison in the first place. I will finish the game by any means necessary.
自分ばかりが誰かの尻を拭ってやっていると思うと、不公平さに大腸が煮えくり返るというものだ。
I'll ask for everyone's help. I'm sure they'll say yes. The first person I should talk to is the illustrator, since the art will take the longest.
だが、たとえ気がつかずとも、自分も誰かにケツを拭いてもらってるんだ。人は誰しも助け合う。互いのケツを拭き合っている。ケツウロボロスだ。そう思えば怒りも。
No matter what the fuck. Something hits me in the head. I turn around, but nobody's standing up.
0720番、集中力が欠けているぞ。
I sincerely apologize.
話を聞いてたか？
People wipe each other's asses.
よろしい。改めて書くが。
Something hits me in the head again. I look at the floor and see a piece of eraser.
なんだこの
Something threw it at me.
なんか変だな。まあいいか。今後不平を感
But I
じた
don't
時
know
は
who.
この言葉を思い出せ。ケツを拭くとき、ケツもまたこちらを拭いているのだ。品のない言い回しだが、貴様らには馴染むだろう。
The prisoners behind me are snickering at me. I let out a gentle snort and face forward.
なんだよてめえその態度は？
何メンチ切ってくれてんだよハゲ頭。
This is childish.
ビビってるくせに舐め腐ってんじゃねえぞ。
An unfamiliar prisoner stands up, knocking down his chair. I stand as well to face him.
何をしているんだ貴様らは！まだ授業をしているところでしょうが！
Officer Yamagishi's shout pierces through the air.
怒りを抑えろって話してる真っ最中に貴様らは！
すみませんつい。
おい今の音何の騒ぎだ？シコレンコ監視長！今仲裁しているところなんですよ！喧嘩をしていたので！声が大きい。すみません。自分叱ってる最中に声量をコントロールできないんですよ。
Jesus Christ, Meru.
頭に響くから声量を落としてくれ。わかりました。
Those random prisoners are still glaring at me. I just think it. I'm not really sure what their issue is. From then on, I find myself persistently bullied.
君場所譲ってくれるの？サンキュー。
I get knocked out of line in the cafeteria.
おっと当たっちまったか。悪いな。最近ヨガにハマってたよ。
Another time I get elbowed all over while changing into the inspection room.
だから何度も言ってるけど、一度出された食事は帰らんないんだよ。それでも食べたくないっていうなら構わないけどね。
Sometimes I find trash in my food. It's like when I first got here. Some things are different.
また何しでかしたんですか、お前。
These attacks are only directed at me. The other thing that's changed since I first arrived in my position.
何私らの目の前を当然の顔して歩いてんのよ。全裸男の分際で。
おい、大丈夫か、港。
Sometimes when I get attacked, my friends from the mine save me.
お前たちよくも俺たちの炭鉱仲間に手出してくれたじゃないか。おい。
Mine bros.
何しゃしゃり出てきてんだよ、低級労働者風情が。てめえらはネズミみてえに地下で石ころ掘ってりゃいいんだよ。なんだこれてめえ、ネズミ博士か。
The well-built miners square up against the thinner but still deadly prisoners.
まあ喧嘩はよしやしょうや。ここは一つ男小沢の顔を立てて穏便にね。
Things are starting to get heated, but Ozawa steps in to calm things down.
怪我ねえか、港。ムカつく連中だな。こんなガキンチョに寄ってたかってよ。看守どもも何やってんだか。そうだ、今度の教会に行かねえか。あそこなら美人のシスターがどんな懲役の話も聞いてくれるらしい。
Oh, we're back with Julia again, huh? I'm okay, thanks.
そうか。
I'm being targeted. I don't know why, but someone has it out for me.
お前さんがエロデューサーに預けていたエネマグラ回収して捨てちまったが問題なかったかい？あのまま持ってても危なかったんでね。
That's fine. Thanks, actually. I go to the local information broker to find out what's happening to me. Something goes on in this prison that Kukitani-san doesn't know about.
噂なら聞いてるよ。俺の耳には終始話し声が聞こえてくるんだ。どこかの看守が囚人と寝たとか、どこぞの懲役がこっそり AV を持ち込むのに成功したとか。大半は根も葉もないものばかりだ。虐待のないものも多い。だからこいつも
Please, tell me.
お前さんが旗絵組の組長さんを襲って自分の女にしちまったって話だ。
What? Okay. Where'd this rumor come from? Not much catches me off guard, but this one throws me for a loop. No way.
そう、できるはずがない。だが実際、組長さんは随分塞ぎ込んでるらしい。荒れてるそうだよ。
I guess that what they're doing is like they notice the chief's been feeling bad or about the whole thing for some reason, and then the members of the Hatai clan, some members of the Hatai clan, they're straight out just bullying him because they felt like it's his fault that she's feeling bad. I feel it's just that, man. I obviously haven't assaulted the chief, but it seems to be true that she's acting out of character. My guess is that things just kind of spiraled from there, and someone who didn't like all the attention I was getting pinned it on me. This means everyone who's been messing with me is probably with the Hatai clan. Now that I think about it, a lot of them had prison numbers associated with the sex crimes ward, even if they weren't direct members, so they could be messing with me to get in the Hatai clan's good graces. That's the kind of place prison is.
そしてもう一つ。
Huh?
全裸マンならやるかもしれないってことだ。相手は普通のヤクザじゃない。九州一帯を支配する大親分だ。頭が確かだったら誰が手を出す？俺ならポケットの中に大切にしまい込んで二度と出さないだろう。
That's what a normal prisoner would do, according to Kugitani-san.
だが、お前さんならやりかねない。いや、やってのけるかもしれない。あの旗への組長が相手であったとしても。
Well, considering his reputation as a problem prisoner, you know, like he's been causing a lot of problems in the prison. Surely a lot of people will think it's totally in character for him to do shit like that, even if it's just a random ass rumor. I was told not to do anything violent.
お前さんがここの囚人を見ているように、囚人たちもお前さんを見ているんだ。これまでやってきたことをね。
I don't remember doing anything special.
本人が望まなくともお前さんはそういう風に見られてる。そういう評価を受ける働きをこれまでしてきた。
Which is why this is such a problem, huh?
そういうことだ。
Fukitani-san lights a cigarette and continues.
ヤクザにとっちゃメンツっていうのは命より重いらしい。その大家分が全裸のガキに好き勝手された。どう思う？
I'd want revenge.
その程度で済めばいい。連中は顔役だ。看守にだって融通は利く。寝込みに石の入ったストッキングで殴られてみろ。
You have experience?
はるか昔にね。そんな風に、つまりお前さんの顔が紫色に腫れ上がる姿を俺は見たくない。
Damn, Fukitani got in trouble with the Yakuza. Okay. The prison is abuzz with baseless rumors. It isn't very convenient that I'm getting harassed by them. Not when I have business with their matriarch.
どうする？
The only thing I can do, I figure the rational thing to do is get this over with as quickly as possible. I'm gonna jump them. That's the most efficient way. Let me see the sheep. I'm surrounded by the usual thugs in front of the recreation room.
そんなことできるはずねえだろうが。
Unsurprisingly, they're acting hostile towards me. Why not?
今姉さんはお取り込み中なんだよ。そうでなくとも股間見せびらかして大喜びしてるクソガキなんぞに割く時間はねえんだわ。
Given their attitude, violence could break out at any minute. Then I'll come back tomorrow.
なんだよ結局逃げんのか。この程度でケツ割るやつがよう来られたな。
Why do you care? You want to see my ass?
したら4つに割ったろうか。
We'll wipe each other's ass. I like it. Oh, he learned that fucking line. I like how he learned from class.
8つに割ったら。
よしな。お前ら下がりな。
Three people emerge from the recreation room. They stand in front of me as if to make a wall.
てめえ何様のつもりだおいこれよ。
あんたはいつもブワーってきてなんなんだい。くだらない用事でうちの姉さん煩わすんじゃないよ。
They're way more menacing than your typical thugs.
万有ですね。生地一度成功してしまったせいで君は少々思い違いをしているようです。
It seems that the three of them are the chief's trusted men.
我々は極道。親父のためなら何も恐れず、いかなる手を使うことも厭わない人間の集まりです。
He says to me in a cold tone.
監視が来るまで1分。それだけあれば十分です。後始末をして互いの労をねぎらい合い縮小パーティーをしても20秒は余るでしょう。
This is nothing like before. They don't intend to let me pass, no matter what I do. So, what am I going to do?
だから言ったんだよ。今回はマジでやべえからおとなしくしとけって。なんとか説明しといてやっからさ。いつってもどっから行ったもんか。
Have to think of it. First time I met the matriarch was when Ozawa, a member of the Hatai clan, caused a bit of trouble.
俺がここにいるのはな、舐めた口叩いたやつの甲顔を素手で握りつぶしたからなんだぞ、こら。二つ名は玉粉砕機、人呼んで悪名スパイズ。
Then I just need to create the same situation.
てめえのここ、潰してやってもいいんだぜ。
It's the most efficient way.
何？
Ah! He jacked me off! Ah, Tasukete! He's touching my dick! He's touching my dick!
やめろ！俺はそんなことしねえ。手こきなんてしょうもねえわね。
Sexual acts in prison are against the rules and are subject to severe punishment. He's tickling my tip. He's going to make me shoot out my thing cum.
こいつ爪楊枝ビャンして黙らせて。
Would the guards here believe you? Officer Yamagishi will come in shouting. I bet she won't even listen to you. The Yakuza really care about their reputation. The rumors spread that they ganged up and gave a kid a hand job. Their reputations would be ruined.
てめえは。
Now, Erabe, do you want to ruin the reputation of the Hatai clan Ichisoku and face punishment? Or will you let me in?
こちらから濃いおちんぽミルクビュッビュしてドアクメ射精してしまうとの声を聞いたら
Jesus Christ. I really love the background dialogue. I am finally allowed inside the room.
チンポミルク悪夢射精。はて、こちらは何もありませんでしたが。
They're basically explaining to the guard that there's nothing that took place. But that Officer Yamagishi is just like, anyone? Anyway, never mind. One of them lies as Officer Yamagishi shows up shouting.
またてめえか。小沢が来るとろくなことが起こらないね。
申し訳ねえことです、姉さん。
The chief is sitting in a chair like usual. Her subordinates also around her, looking menacingly at me. Chief, she may be scary, but she's kind. I thought that she might understand if I explained the situation to her.
何しに来た、ボン。
But the chief's tone is very cold.
19班の構成プログラムは凍結された。もう私に用はねえはずだが。
She seems to be angry that I've come.
これだけの騒ぎを起こしてきたんだ。よっぽどの用事があったんだろ。
I wanted to talk to you about the rumors. Her brow twitches.
それで。
It's a baseless misunderstanding. Let's try to set the record straight together.
やっぱりてめえはボンだね。私たちにとっては噂が流れた時点で、いや、てめえならやれるかもしれないと思われた時点で大問題なんだよ。てめえと私じゃ勘目が違う。どこぞの山下に言わされた組長にどこの極道がついてくる。これはヤクザのメンツの問題だ。話し合いなんぞで解決する問題じゃね
え。Which means she can't see me again.
その上、うちの門に無実の罪をなすりつけやがったんだ。その責任をどう取る？
We had just gotten to know each other. I accept that I'll have to take a hit for that.
肩着に手出して何になる？相手をするだけ格が下がるだけだ。
I want to talk. Just you.
諦めろ。とっとと失せな。
It pushes me away like it's nothing to her. No. But I'm not giving up so easily.
てめえ組長が優しくしてりゃ何言ってけつかんだ。
I'm not backing down.
だったらその喧嘩この旗井組高橋と原田則明が勝ってやろうじゃねえか。ああ
By the way, thanks to Summer Pockets, Taeka means Falcon, by the way. Just kidding. Well, it is, but like... Anyway. The most menacing look of her men steps forward.
やんのか
No.
やんねえのか
I can't beat you in a fight.
賢明じゃねえかこら
I mean, it is. A group of Yakuza surround me and heckle me.
私ら全員と食うあってたいませんだよ、俺。
Absolutely not.
とっととかかってこいやチンピラがよ。
Sorry to disappoint you.
どういう立場だ俺。
We are at an impasse. The not very understanding Yakuza are shouting at me.
たまらんかい。
The chief's yell quiets everyone.
ボン、てめえは自分が何を言ってるか分かってんのかい。
I want to talk to you, but I don't want to fight because I'm weak.
そんなガキのザレ言誰が聞く。何かを手に入れたいのなら相応の筋を通してみせろ。それがこの世の断りだ。
How do I do that?
私らはヤクザだよ。話し合いで決着がつかないのなら血を流すしかねえのさ。
Isn't there any way to resolve this without fighting?
まあそうとも限らねえか。賭博やカードで決着をつけることもあったと聞く。
Like, Uno?
札だよ。花札、手本引き、サイコロ。旗絵は盆中で育った組だからね。
Ooh, Hanafuda. Then let's make a bet. The chief glares at me quietly.
いいのかい？賭けとあっちゃこの旗絵大か。小族相手でも手加減ってものを知らねえぞ。
Good.
わかった。持ってやろう。
けどねえぞ
黙ってろ！
The room falls quiet again.
勝負は明日の免業日、昼食後からだ。それまでに準備をしておく。
Okay. I'll be sure not to be late. With that, I leave the recreation room.
姉さん、お疲れ様です。 例の件について少しばかり調べてきました。
おう、ご苦労だったな。で、どうだった？
噂に関しては一般の囚人にも比較的早く知れ渡っているようです。まるで誰かが意図的に流布しているかのごとく。
So looks like there is an opposing faction, huh? To the Hatay clan. Interesting.
小賢しいね。そんなことでハタイ組がうわー弱るとでも思ってんのかい。
どこぞのチンピラが意図的に流しているか、あるいは
本人が自分で流してるってことも考えられるわけだ。
だから絶対間違いなんすよ。あの修一郎が姉さんの悪い噂流すはずが。
あいつがどこぞの看板クワーっと持ってねえって保証がどこにあんだい。半グレのガキなんだブワーって見てきただろうに。
そりゃそうっすけど。
いきなり手こぎって叫んだあの起点、バツ明けのやる行動じゃねえ。少なくともまともな仇の胆力じゃねえぞ。
しかし、もしどこにも属さない仇だったとすれば強力な味方になる可能性もありますな。
そういうことだ。バカなだけじゃ極道はやっていけない。清濁合わせ飲む器量があって初めてこの都政を渡り歩ける。果たしてそいつが理解できるかどうか。鬼が出るか蛇が出るかかけてみるのも悪くはねえな、あのボンに。
And that day,
聞いたか？あの全裸マンが組長と博打勝負するって話。
word spreads among the prisoners about the showdown. Baseless rumors also get spread, not the focus of everyone's attention.
組長が嫌がってるのに服をビリビリに破り捨てた上、嫌がる組長の服をビリビリに破り捨て、それだけでは収まらず、嫌がる組長の服をビリビリに破り捨てたとか。
Wait, I'll be right back. I need to grab some water. Okay, let's continue. Okay, let's continue.
全裸マンのマンは男のマンのマンじゃなくて女のマンのマンだっていう噂もあるし、マンって人生の縮図ね。
What the fuck? Just then, Kurebayashi shows up carrying a tray.
おいお前、組長と何やらド派手な勝負をするんですって。ご機嫌でも損ねたんですか？
You haven't heard the rumor?
噂？ああ、手ごめにしたのがどうとかってやつですか？お前がそんなことするはずないでしょ。どう考えても腕っぷしお前の方が弱いですし。
I finish up my lunch and leave the cafeteria. And then arrive at the recreation room where the showdown is happening. It's rather hot and stuffy inside.
すごいギャラリーですね。これじゃイカサマなんか無理か。
The prisoners line the wall. You mean the ones where they have a sprite? They have sprites up? The tension could be cut with a knife.
来たかい、ボン。
The chief is brazenly sitting there in the middle of it all.
ちっとばかし見物客が増えちまったがね。人の口に戸は立てられぬとはよく言ったもん。
No.
泣き入れるんならいつでも聞いてやるつもりだが。
That's not necessary. The chief and I face off. Her Yakuza underlings, Himonuma and Hanada are flanking her on each side. So, what will this showdown be about? Will it be cards or dice?
ここはプリズンだ。トランプも花札もサイコロもおいそれと持ち込めるような場所じゃない。賭博で使用する道具は
The chief pulls out an
ゆ
envelope.
えにあたしらはプリズンでオリジナルの賭場を考えた。
She pulls out a deck of cards from the envelope.
真実と虚像、それらを冷静と開脚を持って見抜く遊戯、名付けてエロインディアンポーカーだ。
Ero Indian what? What are the rules?
このデックはさまざまな性癖が書かれたカードで構成されている。 プレイヤーはシャッフルしたデックから1枚を引き、それを額に置く。そして互いが自分の性癖の話をし、そこから話を膨らませていく。自分のカードに書かれた性癖を口にしたら負け、相手に言わせたら勝ちだ。
Oh, I see. Okay, that's a very interesting thing. The crowd around us begins to murmur.
あれ、見てくれほど間抜けな内容じゃありませんよ。
ああ、このプリズンじゃスケベなことを口にしたら問答無用で懲罰を受けることになってんだ。
つまりは勝負に負けたら。
そこにいる看守様からのありがたいお説教と拳が飛んでくる。
I like Himeru's dare. I like it. They even have a guard waiting.
ここで陰猥な催しが行われると聞いて待機している。ルールは完全に理解した。敗北者には催しの全責任を担ってもらうぞ。
Interesting. All right, let's see how this works out. Officer Yamagishi will be officiating this fight as a neutral party. It's the prison guard's duty to step in to settle any disputes between prisoners. This format is quicker for both prisoners and guards because it requires only one guard rather than the whole Inquisition. However, we both basically have a gun to our heads. The pressure alone is enough to affect your decision making.
その恐怖に立ち向かいながら、相手から必要な言葉を引き出すことがボンにできるかな。
I will. The chief smiles fearlessly. I have to win. If I win, I will speak with you alone.
ボンが負けたら、てめえは何をかける？
One arm. However, these false rumors have put the chief's chastity into question. In that case, I'll bet my dick. Amatsu-kun! Amatsu-kun! There's a shift in the air.
指一本でもやべってのに腕を越えて一物だって。よせぜんなの。失ったら二度と戻らねえものもあるんだ。
無粋な真似はよしなさい。彼はそれだけの覚悟を持ってきたんだから。
あるいは俺のように女体化願望があるのか。
バカ言わないで。男が一物を失ったって股間に大怪我を負った男になるだけよ。
I've already talked it over with Amatsu-kun. He's actually the one who recommended I do this.
君が本当に戦いたいのなら、私の存在をベットすることなんて気兼ねする必要はない。
Are you sure?
本当はベッドでかけたいところだけれどね。
Amatsu-kun.
修一郎、その覚悟を見せてやれ。大丈夫。きっと勝てる。
いいだろう。掛け金一物一本、それで受けてやる。いいかボン。才の目は一点知力。超が出るか半が出るか、その二つに一つしかないもんだ。けどこいつは違う。てめえに正解が見つけ出せるのか、その器量を試してみろ。
The chief hands me a card that will determine my future.
それじゃあ勝負開始だ。
We put the cards to our foreheads in unison. My opponents include Hanada to the chief's right,
これは面白いカードを引きましたね。
Shimonuma
こ
to
れ
her
で勝
left.
負とはあまりに。いえ、口出しはやめておきましょう。
The three fetishes they drew are... I see.
実質的に1対3の勝負というわけですか。あの人たちも博打のプロなんですよね。そんな人にまだ毛も生え揃ってなければ知性も6歳児から成長してないクソガキのゼンダマンさんが勝てるんですか？
I have to remember that Kusumori is basically a pedo. But well, Zendaman is legal, but you know, she's into younger guys.
普通に考えりゃよ、修一郎のやつが勝つなんて到底不可能だぜ。
Honestly, I can't blame anyone for thinking that. I'm a complete amateur when it comes to gambling. But I also know how to stay stone-faced whether I get threatened or provoked. To be blunt, that's one of my strengths.
なんか口にしろよ俺。ビビってんじゃねえのか。
I also know Some basic fighting tactics. First, take out the weakest one to whittle down the numbers. Buck naked. Exhibitionists. Look at their reactions. It sees the word on my forehead. This is buck naked or exhibitionist. Officer Yamagishi doesn't make a move either. Naked and exhibitionist are crucial words to me. If they were out, then I would have lost anyway. It's not rational to waste time, right?
だからってそんな賭けみたいなことするなんてやっぱりガキはバカっていうか
いやあれでいい。
今の一言であいつは場を支配した。
Feeling the pressure, Hanada frantically tries to get me a look of scorn.
それをうまく言い換えるのがこの勝負だろうが。その金玉みたいな頭もうちょっと使ってよく考えろよおバカせ。
This is it. Testicles? Interject loudly. This, how are my brains testicles? Say it. How are they testicles?
そんな大声出すようなことじゃねえだろうが。
Tell me how they're testicles.
金玉のことで責めんな。
言ったなー。
Officer Yamagishi's fist connects, sending Hanada flying.
何が。
金玉を攻めると口にしたろ。よって貴様には罰を与える。
しまった。俺のカードは抗眼攻めがくら。
The crowd cheers.
やりやがりました。あいつ一人目をこんなに早く。
詰め寄ることで冷静な判断を奪うなんて
I met a variety of people since coming to this prison. I'm slowly learning how to handle them.
花出しをやるとは君もなかなかどうして見どころがある。しかし私は彼と同じようにはいきません。脱毛器具の開発に携わっていた頃、陰謀好きだったハス向かいの部署の上司も言っていましたよ。口は災いのもと、マンコはわさわさの根元。
My next opponent is Shimonuma, one of those high IQ Yakuza types. He's demonstrating his lack of fear by saying these key words to me. The obscenity detector doesn't budge. We're working under the present rules, but we are talking about Yamagishi Himeru. She's likely storing every obscene word in her memory bank, letting it fester and grow. Then the loser will get fucked hard. Well, okay.
下沼さんは今みたいな勢い任せの戦法じゃ到底通用しねえ。すげえクレバーな男なんだ。
あのヤサオ風のおじさんがですか
I'm pretty sure that kind of pressing tactic won't work this time.
このまま勝負をしても我々はチンポを一本手に入れられるだけ。それでは少々味気ないですな。
He's making a play.
せっかくですから掛け金を増やすレイズをしませんか。
Psychological warfare is part of the sexy Indian poker.
そうですね。私はこのメガネをかけましょう。
His plan to distract me made me say the keyword or raise my right arm. But that won't be enough to rattle me.
レイズ、近頃後退しつつある頭髪をかけましょう。
He's gonna go bald. He doesn't even flinch. Or raise both my legs. I'm not rattled, scared.
レイズ、陰謀もかけましょう。
He's been saying something about pubic hair, so he's been trying to say something related. That's because I raise my eyes, nose, and mouth. I'm already betting my dick.
レイズ、肛門の毛をかけます。
Yeah, he's been trying to say something related to body hair. I'm already betting my other half.
これでもう君にかけられるものはないでしょう。
In other words, Sumari, I raise the life of my deadbeat dad. I'm already betting my life.
肉親の命をそんな簡単に。
What? Is my deadbeat dad not good enough?
狂って。
I'll bet the life of Inessa in Tokyo you raised me in place of my Okasa? I care about her more than anyone. You should have no problem with that.
姉と父を売るな。
Aneno Chichi. Oh! That's good. Shinonuma gets punched.
貴様今確かに姉の父と言ったな。
That's good.
私のカードは姉のおっぱい。
Aneno Chichi.
はめられましたな。
The crowd burst into cheers. Cheers.
早くも2人を突破しました。
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one.
これは完全に勝ちましたね。風呂行ってきます。待ってください。それも多分ここまでです。
Yo, we haven't seen Rin in a while.
誰？
ああ、姉さんには博打じゃ絶対に勝てね
They suddenly remembered. Oh yeah, Rin. Yeah, she's there. She's in the prison. I took out Hanada and Shinonuma. I like how it looks like it looks like a photo in a funeral. With, you know. Yeah, it looks like a photo in a funeral. All that's left is the final boss.
よくもまあうちのサンバガラスを2羽も退治したもんだ。ガキと思ってなめちゃならねえか。いい
Hatae Taeka. The Hatae matriarch remains.
さあ、私相手にどんな策を浪してくれるんだ。お手並み拝見といこうか。
There's no emotion. I can't read beyond the smile on her face. I don't know what she's thinking either. What a flawless poker face.
どうしたかね。そんなにジロジロ見られると照れちまうよ。
I feel a certain pressure from the chief. A kind of powerful aura that can only be found with strong people. Something is making me feel like I don't attack. I'm going to lose. However, that also feels like a trap. Still, I don't attack. I can't win. You haven't said a word so far.
そうだな。それが
You think you'll lose if you speak carelessly?
まさか。ガキの喧嘩に大人が出張るのはみっともねえだろ。
You were even quiet about your fetishes. This won't get us anywhere.
ああ、そいつは仕方がねえのさ。私には特殊な性癖なんてもんがないからね。
特殊性癖がないということはつまり
ああ、この戦いにおいて姉さんは無敵っつうことだ。
Have to think of it. The chief's nickname is just the chief, which means she didn't earn a name to symbolize her sexual deviance when she was sentenced. Yonari, she doesn't have any particular fetish.
ゆえに性的な単語を口にすることもない。
Basically, I never had a way to be the chief from the start.
あの方は盆の中で成長した畑家の中でも天才児と呼ばれてたんだ。ガキン頃から鳥羽に出入りして花札じゃ去る大企業のお偉いさんを1日で飛ばしちまう才能を持ってんだ。
そんな小さい頃からバクトにベイビーベッドの上についてる馬のメリーゴーランドの3連服を当てたって噂も。お前誰？
The chief gives a smile to show her confidence. I like how they suddenly remembered Rin exists in this prison.
私の話は終わったよ。さあ、次はボンが性癖を語る番だ。
Hey, Shuichiro, how do I get the chief to say her keyword?
どうした？いつまでそうやって地面とにらめっこしてるつもりだ。
I could dig my own grave here if I'm not careful. But I can't very well just stay silent.
だんまりじゃ勝負にならない。そう言ったのはてめえだろ。
Kangaero. Kangaero. What are the best words to use here?
この鉄火場でてめえは一体どうあがくのか。とっとと答えを出すな。
Had to think of something good. Huh? Then it hits me. Not a thought, but a flashback. Something that she said before our showdown.
泣き入れるんならいつでも聞いてやるつもりだが。
Oh. Oh. I see it. I see it. Mieru. I can see it. All right, I know what was gonna bring her down. Something about begging, huh? Something about something you make a person do. Oh, anyway, let's continue. Anyway, let's go. I wonder if my guess is right.
どうした?
The Yakuza are obsessed with respect and reputation. Can you let me off the hook? The whole issue stemmed from there. I'm the one who spread the rumors. And the biggest issue is that someone spread these strange rumors. I wanted the attention. With that gone, nothing else should matter. But I'm no match for you. If that's the case, so I accept my defeat here. Losing will mean winning. So she smiles again.
おい、てめえら聞いただろ。今流れてるチンケな流言は、この小僧っ子が名声欲しさに吹聴したそうだ。
あ、嘘でしょ全裸君。自分が注目されたいからって。やっぱり年下の男ってどうしようもないほど責任能力のないクズなんだ。
I really like Kazumoto's face here. It's like she's having orgasm just thinking about young guys.
修一郎、てめえ。
露出できなくなった露出狂が目立ちたくて嘘をつく。露出って人生の縮図ね。
Okay, sorry.
つまり噂は一切事実無根のこと。それがここで証明されたわけだ。
やっぱりそうかてめえ。よくもうちの組長をシャバ僧がどう落とし前つけるんじゃ。
だが私は最初に言ったな。正直に泣き入れるなら全てを見逃してやると。
確かにそんなことを上の口から言ってたような。
え？下の口から言ってなかった？
でも姉さん、こんなことやりくさってただ済ませちゃめんつってもんが。
あたしらは極道だ。吐いた唾飲むようなことはしねえ。ましてや仇には手を出さねえってのが決まりだ。それに真っ向から挑んできた心意気を買って不問に付してやることとする。
The chief sees with enough gusto to shut down any naysayers.
ただしザレ事の出所は判明したんだ。まだ耳障りなデマ口にして浮き名を流すようであればこの畑へ大家が直接なしつけてやる。分かったか?
She declares confidently as she lowers her card. It reads leering fetish. Oh damn it! I thought okay. I guess wrongly. Oh well, whatever. Oh well. I thought okay. Never mind. Never mind. My idea was wrong. Or not. Or maybe. I don't know. Let's continue for now. It went in a way that I didn't expect. So. All right. Spectators are addressed and things begin to simmer down. The event is over, and the Hatai clan executives manage to coax Officer Yamagishi out of the room as they finish a simple cleanup.
さて、ようやく二人きりで話せるな、ボン。
Only the chief and I remain.
手始めに、こいつは謝っておこうか。とんだ勘違いにてめえを巻き込んじまったよ。
Misunderstanding?
噂の件だ。あんなのはただの流言だと若い氏には言い聞かせてたんだが、決起流行って先走ったらしい。私の責任だ。この通り、すまないね。
The chief bows her head low. She's apologizing for the harassment they received from the Hatai clan members. Kinisuruna.
そうかい。
Then why wouldn't you meet with me?
そりゃ。てめえを厄介ごとに巻き込まないためさ。くだらねえ内輪もめに仇を突き合わせちゃならないだろう。噂についてもしかり、こっちで落とし前つけさせるつもりだったんだが、そこにボンが乗り込んできた。
And I made it worse.
そう。しかも花田に濡れ衣を着せた。
It was my best logical shot at meeting you.
合理的ね。 でもこうなっちまえば収まるものも収まるね。だから
You made a big deal of it on purpose. The chief nods.
あたしらの問題は九段の噂話だ。そいつが解決しちまえばてめえに過言はない。大勝負があると聞いたら娯楽の少ない囚人どもはわらわらと集まってくる。そこで相手の言地を引き出し、それが真実かはさておいて証言させれば事足りる。つまりは一石二鳥の作戦だったわけだ。
Very good. He was able to figure out like what they were planning to do. You solved the rumors and my problem with Hanada all at once. That's big time.
褒めても何も出ねえぞ。もちろんこいつはボンが真意に気づくことが大前提だったわけだが。
You know the amazing thing about it? Since the game was them about trying to figure out how to get someone to act based on their understanding of another person, and then the real game was him figuring it out in the middle of a game of trying to figure out what the other, trying to get someone else to act in a certain manner. That's kind of Kino. Yeah, if that makes sense. What I'm trying to say, but okay.
果たしててめえはやってのけた。期待はしていたが、ここまでやるとはね。こっちこそ褒めてやろうじゃないか。
The chief gives me a kind smile.
男を見せたね。
I feel really happy getting the compliment.
どうやらあたしらは掛け金より大きなもんを手に入れたのかもしれないね。いや、こっちの話。だがなボン、前にも言ったが、あんまり後先考えず知らない相手と喧嘩するのは賢明じゃないよ。
But you just complimented me.
相手が真っ向勝負を受けてくれるとは限らねえってことさ。こいつをごらん。
The chief takes out the cards we used earlier.
そら、こいつを抜いてみな。
She shuffles and tells me to take the top card. Buck naked. Buck naked. Buck naked. No matter how many times I try, I draw the same buck naked card. You're cheating. If I did this, I would have lost for sure.
見えてるものが全てじゃない。時にはこういう手札も使いこなせなけりゃ、この都政は生きていけない。賢くなれよ、ボン。清濁合わせ飲んで大きな男になれ。
I'm looking at the chief in awe of her coolness.
まあ、極道の集団に一人で突っ込んでくるその胆力は大したもんだ。実際かなり驚いた。手段を選ばない野郎だね。で、そこまでしててめえが私に伝えたかったことは一体何だったんだ？
So, this is what I came here for. Come in, chief.
は？
You went through all the trouble to create the art, but we can't publish the game anymore. I have wanted to come apologize in person.
はあ。
But I'm committing to getting it out there, no matter what it takes. Come hell or high water, so I want you to work on the game with me again. That's what I wanted to tell her. I wanted to ask her to work together again. The chief is slack-jawed. Is it a no? But she gives me a hearty laugh. I'm serious.
いや、てめえはボン真面目だから面白いんじゃねえか。久しぶりにこんなに愉快だよ。てめえの方がよっぽど大物だ。このご時世にまだこんなアホがいるとは。
The chief places her hand on my shoulder as she chuckles in a peculiar manner.
私は本格的にてめえが気に入ったよ、ボン。はい、わかった。万事具合よく取り計らってやろうじゃないか。
Really?
とは言ってもゲーム制作は中止だ。空いた時間つってもあいにく私も忙しい美空でね。そうだな。よし、今日のことで肩身も狭くなっちまっただろう。わいせつ坊じゃ気苦労も多くなる。私が観光してやろうじゃねえか。
So you can't start game work right away.
そう焦るな。何かしてほしいなら、まずはてめえがこちらに尽くせっていうことだよ。
So she slings her jacket coolly over her shoulders.
何？悪いようにはしないさ。明日からの生活を楽しみにしておきなよ。
With that, the chief strolls out of the room. Life in prison changes completely the next day. I'll take a break. A really long break. It's almost 7, and I haven't cooked my dinner yet, so I have to cook. It's gonna be a long break. Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna pause this recording. Okay, I'm back. Okay, I'm back. I'll probably be here for 30 minutes until then I pause again. Cook. Anyway, life in prison changes completely the next day.
ジェンナさん、おはようございます。
ゼンナさん、オーナーさんです。
Instead of tormenting me, the hardened prisoners form a line to greet me. That's too much.
俺です。ゼンナさん。
I get bowed to wherever I go.
こちら空いてるので着替えどうぞ。ジェンナさん。
おいてめえ。ここはゼンナさんのとこだぞ。開けろや。
I know Kusumori's, you know, but like, this is just plain bad. They go out of their way to make things easy for me for some reason.
オーナーです。採掘は俺たちが代わるんで、そこで休んでてください。
But this is Bear Team's spot. A group of young men take the pick out of my hands. They even hand me water and lead me to a relatively comfortable rock to sit on.
よろしくお願いします。ゼンナさん。
ラブランです。ゼンナさん。
なんて言ってるの？あれ。
Oh, Chisata's here. Nice. Probably something kind of dirty.
そうかな。そうかも。
Even Chisato, popping out of nowhere, looks surprised. Well, technically, the first time we ever, quote-unquote, encountered Chisato was underground, but our guy didn't see her. But, you know, it shouldn't be a surprise she's here. And they did mention in the comment it's implied she's the demolition person of the team, but, like, you know, haven't seen her do that. Anyway, I got the same look on my face. Why is everyone acting so different all of a sudden? Officer Yamagishi appears, all but singing. The echo in this tunnel is way too loud. I think to myself, wait a second, this is suspicious as well. Officer Yamagishi's also acting as if, like, he's advised by the Hatai clan, Ichizoku. So, this kind of gives me an idea that Officer Yamagishi's secretly under the Hatai clan or some shit. I don't know, man. What the hell? Why is she even, like, you know? Yes, ma'am.
呼び出しを受けたら直立不動。ただちにだ。そういうこと忘れちゃめえだろ。まあ、それはそれとして。
I am truly sorry.
今日から配置換えだ。地上に上がれ。今すぐにだ。
What?
ほっぺたすすだらけになってるぞ。
You dust me off.
このハンカチで落としてやる。
It's so suspicious. Even she was like, takes me to the service and brings me to the rehabilitation center.
さて、では今日からはジャケットにこれをつけて刑務に励むように。
She sticks a nameplate over my chest. It reads, Hygiene Manager.
ああ、なかなか似合うじゃないか。
The recreation room door opens and a few figures approach.
調子はどうだい、ボン。
The Hatai Ichizoku regulars appear in formation. They all have the same hygiene manager nameplates on their chests.
覚えてないのかい？悪いようにはしねえと言っただろ？
She casually slips on her jacket.
衛生管理者なんていうのは名目上のもんでな。あたしらの役目は方々を歩き回って囚人たちが問題を起こしてないか見張ることだ。
The chief herself catches me up on my new job.
あとは各所の折衝、いわば顔役とか盾役って呼ばれる仕事だよ。
I follow her physically, but not mentally.
これは組長殿、こんなところまでご足労いただきまして。
おう、守備よくやってるかい。
The prisoner in charge of the laundry room bows his head to the sheet.
新米が仕事をしねえと手先は器用なやつだったからな。別場所に回せるかお伺いを立ててみるか。
はい、何卒よろしくお願いしますよ。
I take notes as I'm told. After jotting down the number the prisoner mentioned, I follow the chief as she looks around the area.
こうやって悪さをしてないか直接見て回るのがこれからのボンの仕事だよ。もし囚人同士が揉め事を起こしていりゃ解決し、それを看守先生様に報告する。逆に刑務官への口にしづらい要望なんかも聞いて回る。
You know, it's almost as if he's starting to join the Hatai clan. What the hell?
あとは騒動が起こったら諌めたりとか。
Ruckus.
そんな大したことはないよ。最近は UFO が出たって大騒ぎになったが、どこぞのアホがラジコンでも飛ばしてたんだろうさ。1年近く前には囚人の暴動があったそうだよ。囚人と看守がぶつかって脱作騒ぎになったらしい。
Wait. So Taeka, it looks like Taeka's also one of the more recent people here. A good year ago. So if that happens, who do we side with?
筋が通っている方だ。懲役を食らってぶち込まれてるんなら当然脱獄騒ぎなんざ許しちゃならねえ。性犯罪棒っていうのは人数が多い。その分派閥があって頻繁に小競り合いが起こる。シャバで組織的な性犯罪を行ってたガキもいるしな。そういう一枚岩じゃねえ連中を統治してコントロールするのも顔役の仕事だ。
I see.
こういう見回りは基本的に何人か一緒に行う。別の坊の顔役やら看守先生とだな。この役職は看守の覚えめでたい方が万事つつがない。意識しな。
So she continues to stroll through the prison. It's like her yard.
あいつだろ。旗井組の悪口言い回ってたくせに顔役になったっての失業はさ。
The whispering prisoners are looking our way.
わいせつ棒の処方変態が私たちの上なんて何様って話よ。
旗井のバター犬にでもなったんじゃないの？組長もお年頃だろうから。
What's a butter dog?
放っておけ。どいつもこいつも欲求不満なのさ。
The chief strains out the smile and turns back.
これで大体の仕事は分かっただろう。
Yeah,
この仕事で一番難儀なことは何だと思う？
it's easy to make enemies, so being balanced in your authority. She opens her eyes just a touch and chuckles.
そこまで分かってれば話は早い。あたしら顔役は常に人手不足だ。猫の手も借りたいってね。てめえは根性もありそうだし、炭鉱で働いてただけあって体力もありそうだ。
I've gotten quite ripped recently. Recently? I thought it was been a while, like a month or two since he got into the mines.
なら早速仕事に取り掛かりな。ボンならできるだろう。思うようにやってみなよ。
Actually, I have no idea how long it's been since he got into the prison. But I'm giving the impression at least a month. I don't know. I'm been put in charge of the printing room. Kurabayashi used to work here, if memory serves. But it looks like she's been moved. There's not one face I recognize. My name is Exhibit Man, Denny Man, and I'm the hygiene manager assigned to this team. Pleased to meet you all. Hinaka always told me how important greetings are, so I bow my head. No answer, no reaction.
旗へのバター犬の分際ででかい面しやがってよ。
The man who represents the printing team murmurs to himself.
一発かましといてやるか。
He used to draw tally marks on his ladies' ties, Every time he busts a nut, unable to accept his own poor penmanship, he held a woman down for hours to get it perfect and ended up arrested.
だから何度言ったらわかるんだてめえはよ新人
I turned back to face the shriek.
だからプリズンで使う覚醒法は正の字って決まってんだよなのになんでこんなイコールに横棒を引いたみたいな数字にすんだ
でも昔オーストラリアからの留学生が私の太ももにこういう風に書いてたので
ホームステイ先の美人妻かてめえは簡単に寝取られてんじゃねえよ
The boss yells at Kusumori, freshly transferred to the team. She transfers a lot, you know. The guard happens to be out, with a vacant plate hanging from her station. No fighting. I step up as a mediator and step in.
なんだよてめえはこっちは指導でやってんだよ口を挟まないでいただけますか顔役様
You should word things a little nicer.
ほら顔役が無駄に計算するから騒ぎになっちまったじゃねえかよ
ああ先生に見つかったら監督責任になるんじゃないですかどうするんですか責任取れよこの露出畑
Other prisoners join in the fray, and the clamor only grows.
チンポもちゃんと露出してんのか確かめてやれ
More surround me, and more insults come flying.
この騒ぎをどうしてくれんだっつってんだよ
By ripping away all pretense and barring the truth.
じゃねえとこの女の額にも正の字書いちまうぞんなことしたら懲罰貿易は免れねえな
Stop this.
やめろいでか
I throw out my clothes.
何がどういう
てめえどういうつもりで
I ripped off all pretense and barred my truth. Like I said. Okay. And boy, my truth is ripped. Words speak louder than actions, and I put my money where my mouth is.
そういう意味じゃねえだろうが
Then what does it mean?
わかんねえけど少なくとも実際に腹を割るってことじゃねえのは確かだ
Do you really think excuses of ignorance will work when you're the one questioning what I'm doing? One who asks for the definition cannot then muddy the clarity they have been given.
勃起しながらわけのわからねえこと言いやがって
Aren't you the one to speaking nonsense?
売れ筋は通ってるのに
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Did you really start a fight on such an ignorant foundation?
全裸のくせに上から物言ってんじゃねえよ
Then you strip down too.
どういう理屈なんだてめえはよ
Swayed by my provocation, the printing boss throws off his clothes.
どういう状態
We glared at each other bare ass.
なんだこのランチキ騒ぎはエッチすぎるだろうが
Officer Yamagishi appears.
いやこれは
Taking off his clothes is definitely earning a trip to solitary, but I remain cool and speak. We built up a lot of static electricity, so we stripped down naked, as I was afraid it would cause an explosion. That's some bullshit there.
爆発その程度では機械が壊れるはずがないだろう
It happens sometimes. Underground. I worked a long time in the mines, where there were many dangerous objects.
そうか貴様は炭鉱のであれば今回だけは見逃すが次からは気をつけろここには静電気で壊れるようなものはない
I like chimeras. It's so stupid, but okay. What you know is that I spent a lot of time in the mines. To understand my nakedness was unavoidable. And as a result, it means that I also helped out the boss here.
てめえ最初からこれが狙いだったのか
No. After Officer Yamagishi leaves, I respond to him after he whispers in my ear. I wanted you to listen, but ask you in my formal formal wear. I mean, I know this had yeah, for him it is technically, but like I'm cold.
それでもう一目置かれるようになっちまったってのかい
I give my report to the chief, and she gives me a hearty laugh.
全裸で解決するた。私も長いこと人を見てきたが初めてだよ。本当に着物座った野郎だ。
I don't really understand, but I'm glad she finds it amusing. I'm thinking to myself.
どうして脱いだ？他にも解決する方法はあっただろう。
I think it was a pretty logical method.
てめえの背後には今、ハタイがついているんだよ。
There's nobody behind me. And myself.
私らの名前を出して守備を片付けようとは思わなかったのかい？
No,
どうして？
I'm the one doing the job. What would be the point if I just use your name? I tell her the reason why I don't use her name. Although, I really only did it because making a request in your formal wear is just how things are done. I mean, it is formal wear to his own definition. His own definition.
私が今すぐここで裸になれと言ったらできるかい？
I can. I throw off my clothes. To me, being naked is like breathing.
そうか。
It's as important as life itself.
とりあえず着な。
I reluctantly put my clothes back on.
てめえは猫みたいなやつだね。人一倍プライドが高いと思えばあっさりということを聞く時もある。
I do whatever is necessary.
ここはプリズンだよ。誰かに言われて脱ぐなんて真似、そう簡単にするもんじゃない。
Then why did you make me strip?
しかし、その躊躇の一切ない脱ぎっぷりは評価できる。鉄砲玉向きだね、ボンは。
She faces the direction of the workshop and crosses her arms.
今日揉め事を起こした連中、どんなやつか覚えてるかい？
Prisoner number 0541, Tally Man. The one being picked on was 0858, Kusumori, number 0433, 0471, and 0656 were grouped around as well. I forget I should remember them since I'll be managing them as a mediator from now on.
よろしい。なら印刷工場は今後てめえに任せるよ。
It seems that I pass. Starting the following day, working as a mediator becomes my primary duty. It seems that you have to stay humble for this job.
おはよう修一郎。今日は一段と冷えるね。
Ohayo, Amatsu-kun. Looks like you got some morning wood going on. I always wake up an hour before wake-up time at 5 o'clock to get ready. The sleepy prisoner guard opens the door for me. I quietly leave.
ねむねむにゃんこなんだが。
I really like they have those random ass lines.
私もわいせつ坊の顔役なので、これからは一緒に仕事をしなきゃいけないのがすごく嫌なんですけど、仕方がないので。
I meet up with a fellow mediator and climb up the cold stairs with a guard. The reason we had to wake up early today is for the morning announcement.
皆さん、起床時間になりました。ベッドから出て、速やかに鉄格子前に整列してください。
There is an announcement that follows the morning wake-up siren.
おはよう！起床！列に並べよ！変態！進め！
速やかに鉄格子前に整列してください。
I like how Kusumori is trying hard to try to wake up. Between everyone involved being sleepy and a certain guard now being very awake, her hollering drowns out our announcement completely. Once that's done, we run to the cafeteria. Have you finished with the cooking?
そんなのうわ見りゃわかるだろ。こっちはいつも朝からぶわ飯炊きまくってんだ。
I had to check if Asagon is ready and that the tables are set.
納豆いりません。
Oh, she's now in the kitchen? I guess she's working in the kitchen now. Everything is fine as long as the tables are being set.
ほら、修一郎、朝飯持ってけ。お
Oh,
にぎりにしといてやったからよ。
oh, he's still there. Everyone is working in the morning, so the meals need to be distributed without provoking anyone. Afterwards, we leave the cafeteria to wait in the broadcast room. Somebody, what do you ask to go on?
そこに置いておいてください。原稿ってこれでいいんですかね。
This is because at breakfast, there are changes in morning schedules, guidance, and daily life reminders.
将軍家からのお知らせです。本日はシーツの交換があります。忘れずに提出してください。
Read these reminders while everyone is eating.
また無声が認められなかった受刑者、量が極端に少なかった受刑者は聞き取りが行われます。20時に独房前にて待機してください。
I wish I were really translating what the hell they're saying in the background, man, because it's probably not, it's obviously probably not that important, but I'm like, yeah. Mediators are in charge of the broadcast during the time need to eat as quickly during this time. What? Mediators in charge of the broadcast during this time need to eat as quickly as possible. My prison work duties start right after. Please submit any petitions you may have. Please submit.
全馬さん、こっちのグループの願線まとめときました。
We collect these petitions that include a list of orders, certification applications, and the like.
ここ画用紙ばっかりで無地のタオルだと見失うから、パイソン柄のついたハンカチが欲しいんだよ。買えるかね？
Others ask for things they lost during the prisoner work, or items they need for it.
パイソンってエッチな言葉じゃないのか。
The prison determines what can and can't be purchased.
多分普通の柄だと、はい、そうかもしれないですね、先生。
Items that can be purchased are put on the list with the prisoner number and brought to general affairs.
今日は天気がいいな。
Oh, weather's good. We get a lunch break in the middle.
納豆いらないんですけど。
He doesn't like natto. We eat. Then it's back to our afternoon duties. We walk around the prison to check if there are any issues.
お前は男の子が好きで、私は二なりが好き。そこに何の違いもありゃしねえだろうが。違うのだ。
You shouldn't fight. Stepping in to mediate when there is a disagreement is part of the job. We sometimes keep an eye on the custodians, as they can freely move about as well.
ゼーナマン君が顔役で助かったよ。僕なんか下駄型の上履きを履かせてもらっても慣れないもん。
Because there are those who steal personal items. I didn't know slippers had straps. When they're short-handed, I also help them carry things. During evening break, I keep an eye out for any prisoners who are up to no good. Cigarettes are bad.
良くないのはタバコじゃない。勝手に害になる体の発作。物分かりの悪い肉体が悪いんだ。
When an issue comes up, we let guards know, but we rarely even ever bother them while they're on break, unless it's something really pressing.
肩を揉みなさい。
Okay, we interacted with her once in a while. Additionally, keeping the guards happy is an important job as well.
そこよ。ずれた。もっと右。右よ、右。
The
お
left.
箸持つ方の手。もしかして貴様右がわからないの？
You don't know what left is? Anyway, I think he's massaging her and her left. Anyway, never mind. We had to follow the orders of guards we never even met before.
ここ納豆しか出ないプリズンなんですか？
Then we eat dinner. Then we return to the obscenity ward. Casual night duty is part of our job as well. Typically, it's done in turns, but sometimes injuries and illnesses will force things to get shuffled around. You take night duty today?
股関節が痛むんじゃ。何はなくとも股関節が痛む。股関。
When that happens, we have to look for a replacement, but not many people want to volunteer. It's cold. Namui.
仕方ないさ。私で体を温めろ、修一郎。
Amatsuka saying, my body will keep you warm. Anyway, so I reluctantly had to do it myself.
そりゃ完全に舐められてるな。一発焼きを入れてやれば簡単に言うことを聞くようになるさ。
According to Chief, it takes time to get used to this kind of managerial work. I had no idea there was so much work involved behind the scenes.
そういうもんだ。案外大変だろ？
Whenever I have an issue with work, he always listens to me politely.
コツってもんがあるんだよ。人の上に立つっていうことはな。もうプロデューサーになりたいなら覚えておくといい。
talking about his time during basically like that. As I follow her from behind, I feel like I've become an important person as well. Is being a leader of a Yakuza Ichizoku tough?
囚人の管理をするよりかはそうだな。だがうちは硬派な組でね。つけこましも薬物も一切やらない。昔ながらの極道しかいないから、そういう意味では楽かもしれね
え。Then why the hell Taeka's in this? I really wonder what's the thing that got her into prison in the first. And I doubt it's just simply being a Yakuza member. So, you don't deal drugs?
しきたりだよ。基本的に賭博と盛り台。あとは土地転がしと公共事業の仲介だな。アダルト配信サービスなんかをしてる企業者弟もいるが。
You related? Sometimes the she teaches me things about the Yakuza.
極道っていうのは元来遊びっつうものを管理してるんだ。ギャンブルに酒屋に遊郭にどれも娯楽だろ？
That's true, but why?
そこが余力の部分だからだよ。生活からむしり取るとお互い長続きしねえ。だが娯楽であればお互いにウィンウィンの関係でいられる。暴力は喝殺自在だ。だからこそ生かす部分と殺す部分を常に考える。地に働けば角が立つ。情に差をさせば流されるってな。何事もバランスが大切ってことだ。
つまりだ。一口に二なりと言っても竿のサイズや金玉の有無というのが非常に重要な意味を持ってて。
As we are talking, we spot prisoners slacking off from working.
今度はもっとうまくやんなよ。
The chief waves me on as the prisoners look at us guiltily. The chief is dashing, the way she's always so up front.
これも遊びの部分だ。わかるかい？ボン。
As she shoots me a look back over her shoulder, her bag looks broad enough to carry the world. Of course, even the chief has her human side. Chief, I've come to give my report. I come to the following day to give my usual report, only to find her resting her chin in her hands.
おお、ボン、来たか。そこで少し待ってな。
She places a hand around her ear and tilts her neck to adjust herself in her seat. There's a tension in the air, making even Ozawa and her executives uneasy. What's wrong?
近づくな、修一郎。そのまま後ろに下がれ。何も刺激せず、ゆっくりとだ。
You're worried.
SNS だけじゃなく投資まで炎上させるとはバカしかいねえのかとは思うな。
There's something about she mentioned the word SNS. So she's looking something at social media or some shit online. The chief has on her wireless earbuds. What's going on?
姉さんは野球好きでな。暇な時間はああして中継を聞いてんだ。
Oh wait, that is serious business.
てめえも声優と結婚するためにパクンダリまで来たのか？
そういう時には誰も近づかないようにしてんだぜ。
対左のワンポイントで打ち取れねえんだったらリリーフなんざやめちまえ。
He's far from the hard-working chief I know.
でも安心しろ、修一郎。姉さんのごひいきは勝率が割と安定してっから、そんなに荒れることはねえんだ。
I'm kind of scared if her team loses. Other than that, she's a really good leader who cares about her people. Somebody confiscated this. Oh, he's technically still working for them. You know what? I'm really confused what Samori is going. What Samori is.
なんだいこいつは。
He talks to me often, and we've been spending more time together. We have engaging conversations all the time. It's kind of like a spool of coiled wire. But if you drop it on the stairs, it goes down then on its own.
おやおや、こんなもんどうやって持ち込んだんだか。
You'll find them in toy stores all the time. Oh, what do you call that? The spring thing? I forgot what you call them. But I know what exactly they are. Yeah, that's fine. You guys can figure that out if you don't know what it is.
いや、見たことないな。
I played with bouncy balls all the time on the way home from school.
いつもベンツで送迎されてたから。
I do raffles at the local snack store.
駄菓子屋行ったことないな。
Have to think of it. How old is the chief? He calls me a kid. We seem to be about the same age. What was popular when you were a kid?
確かガキの自分に鬼と刀使って戦う。
That's very recent. I knew it. Mango Slayer. Mango Slayer. Yes, there was a movie.
そうそう、それだ多分。
Remember the Schlick breathing for waterfall? Oh, God. I'm gonna read this. Remember the Schlick breathing 8 form? Waterfall manga. It was so cool.
あ、いや、名前は聞いたことあるんだが、見たことは。
If Mango Slayer was on when she was a kid, then we really are about the same age. So funny, this reference. She's probably just a year or two older. I'm happy to learn more about her.
ボンはてめえ応援してる球団はあるかい？
Not really.
釣りは好きか？
I've never gone before.
ゴルフはどうだ？
Never tried it.
前に買った盆栽かな？
I've never seen a bonsai tree before. Wait, what? That's impossible. That's impossible. You never seen a bonsai tree before? Like, even if you just randomly go to a mall, there's like a place that deals with plants, you would have seen at least one. Unless he really is the type who never really goes anywhere.
この間の重賞レース見たか？
Big race.
あ、
I'm happy to learn more about her. I guess you have old man hobbies. Oji-san Shumi.
なあ、てめえら。若い男っていうのはどんなことを話すんだい？
え、どうしたんですかい？いきなし。
I like how everyone's so fucking shocked.
別にちょっと気になっただけだが。
なんでそんなこと急に？
ちょっと気になっただけだっつってんだろうが、このドタワケが！
姉さん、
他人と博打と野球と釣りとゴルフと競馬と盆栽以外でどんな話をすりゃいいか全くわからねえんだ、私は。
Nasan. Okay. So they, okay. Because they always say chief, so okay, Nasan, okay.
あら姉さん、もしやあの坊やと。
なんかすごい劣等感が。
姉さん、
こんなことならちゃんと学校に通っとけばよかった。
仕方ないことですよ。半目の組が学校までぐわー乗り込んできちゃ、さすがにシュッと通学なんか続けられませんものね。
Wait, she said a very specific word. Let me hear that.
仕方ないことですよ。半目の組が学校までぐわー乗り込んできちゃ、さすがにシュッと通学なんか続けられませんものね。
It wasn't thugs. It was literally sending lollipops. Is that what I heard? What the fuck?
あの時のハス向かいに座ってた内郎さんの表情が未だに忘れられねえ。
その代わりに関係者全員の指詰めさせて落とし前はつけたって話じゃありませんか。
それで指でつなげたアクセサリー、通称運命の赤い糸を作ったんすよね。
作ったけど。
かっけえよな。
そうかな。
であればこの下沼にお任せを。どんなクラスメイトの男子とも仲良くなれる魔法の言葉というものがあります。
ああ、なんてんだよ秀美さん。
出版社で働いていた頃、ハス向かいの同僚が担当していた少年漫画家がこう言っていましたよ。義を失ったなと。
そいつの言うこと信用していいんすか？
それでなんて言やいいんだ？
どんなクラスメイトの男子とも仲良くなれる魔法の言葉。それは
魔法のこと。
ようボン。
Hey, Nasan.
今週のジャンプ読んだ？
Jump! I mean, I'm like, but how am I gonna read Jump in this prison? Huh? How? I don't know why, but Nasan looks really dejected. She has to deal with a lot of stress, so I'm rooting for her. I think to myself.
てめえは趣味とかないのか？
Exposing myself?
それ以外で。
He's asking me a really difficult question. I think to myself. I like sneakers and watches. Oh, that's an interesting thing. Well, he did say if he goes naked, at the very least he keeps his socks on. I mean, the deal was about like showing a Matsukun. But watches. Now that's an interesting thing.
腕時計。ああ、それなら私も持ってる。
I used to save up my money to buy the Christmas model.
いいじゃねえか。足りないね。
It costs 15,000 yen.
そいつはかっこいいんだろうと思う。
What kind of watch do you have?
プレゼントされたんだ。組長の就任祝いに。
How much did it cost? Obviously, from a Yakuza family, she's gonna have some millions of dollar yen shit.
1500万とか言ってたかな。
I knew it.
いや、150万だったか。1億ってことはねえと思うんだが。
It seems we live in a completely different world. But I find myself feeling extremely displeased. The watch is like a toy compared to yours.
ガキっていうのはまったく扱いづらくて仕方がねえ。
I think NASA might be rich. Bro, Yakuza family. Bro, Yakuza family. Think about it for a second there, bro. Have to think of it. The Yakuza make their money unscrupulously. It's no surprise to hear she has a good upbringing. Grew up a hime-sama. But your hobbies are those of an oji-san.
おじさんっていうのは心外だが、まあそうだな。こいつは家族の影響だろうから、そう言われても仕方がない。
NASA picks up a random ball.
先代、死んだおじいさまと親父がね、そりゃもう大の野球好きだったんだ。
Wait, I know.
どんな出入りがあろうと、ナイターの時間までには帰ってくるようなお方でな。
Wait, I know we started a good scene here, but I just heard my rice cooker go off. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Let's go. I see.
任教の世界っていうのはとかく厳しいもんだ。親の死に目に会うことすら難しい。男を売る家業だからな。だから私は家族で何かをしたっていう記憶がほとんどない。運動会にも文化祭にも合唱コンクールにも親は来てくれなかった。
Bro, she mentioned all the school activities, but they only just summarize it as my school activities. There was never a happy family get-together. There were never any happy family get-togethers.
そんな二人が唯一家族を連れて行ってくれたのが球場だったんだ。みんなで同じ席に座って同じものを見て声援をあげるのはなんとも心地よくって嬉しくって。だからそうだな。野球っていうのは私と家族を結ぶ絆みたいなもんなのかもしれないね。
ねえさん。I hate all ball sports. I don't like talking about Yakyu. What an asshole. I hate it.
ガキってもんはガキってもんは。
落ち着いてください姉さん。
またタカ負けたんすか。
いえ、どうやら今回は猫に負けたようです。
That's so badass.
周一郎てめえよ。組長になんか失礼なこと言ってねえだろうな。
That night, I happened to find myself sitting with Ozawa at a trio.
あんま怒らせるんじゃねえぞ。キレサセット、おっかねえ人なんだからよ。
I wouldn't do that. We're very close. And I've gotten to know her so well. I have a feeling we're becoming best friends. Ozawa gives me a sour expression.
だから納豆いらないって言ってるじゃないですか。
She really hates Nato. There's a chance there was something she didn't like in her meal.
しかし気に入らねえな。こんなガキを姉さんが直接面倒見るなんてよ。作法っても俺がしっかり叩き込んでやりてえぞこら。
それだけ姉さんは全羅万氏を気にかけているということです。その点は君も肝に銘じておいた方がいい。
I wonder why she cares so much.
てめえは俺らの中では珍しい看板を持たない男だかんよ。
That's true, I don't.
看板っつうのは大門のこと。つまりヤクザじゃねえ野郎ってこった。そういうんは敵じゃないってことだし。
故に看板を持ってない優秀な人材はプリズン内で引く手あまたです。自分の組織に所属させれば勢力を拡大できますからね。
俺らもそうなんだぞ俺ら。もともとハタイの看板持ってるわけじゃなかったんだから。
Really?
この人らは獄中で組長と親子杯を交わしてんだ。だからちっと珍しい例だわな。
Oh, okay, so they just became members of the Hatai as well. Okay. I learned something new. There are different kinds of Yakuza. I think to myself. Hanada.
花田の兄さんって呼びやがれよこら。てめえは一番下っ端なんだからよ。
I'm not in the Hatai clan.
なら今すぐ入りやがれ。礼儀作法に上下関係、うまい飯の食い方や必要なら学校の勉強も全部叩き込んでやっからよ。
That sounds great.
実際君は旗絵組参加に入った方が動きやすいと思いますがね。
But I can't do that. Criminal groups are very bad. The shit he keeps saying, man. The fucking shit he keeps saying. What the fuck, bro?
ああ、じゃあ目の前にいるやつは全員良くない人たちってかい？ああ。
I mean, yeah.
おやめなさい花田君。これは自分の意思で選ぶべき道。誰かに無理やり引きずり込まれるようなものは長続きはしませんよ。
Hanada clicks his tongue in annoyance, then sits back down. Nasan is apparently being nice to me because I'm not associated with a Yakuza Izuku. Does that mean she wants me to become one?
そうは言うけどね坊や。あんた何十回も札にドギャーってしょっぴかれてんだろ。シャバに出て仇として生きていけんのかい。
おっす、お久しぶりじゃないですか、お主。
It's good to see you again. Today is my session with Higuchi-sensei. It's usually the policy to have those who come out of solitary get a session right away, but I haven't been able to schedule one until now.
数値的には特に問題ないね。心拍数測るけど、これはいつものやつということで。
Okay. I'm very happy to see Sensei again.
聞いたよ。ゲーム制作ダメになっちゃったんだって。
It didn't fall true. It's just on standby.
アイドリング。
Idling?
ちょっとペタってするよ。冷たいかも。アイドリングか。準備期間なんだ。
Yes. We're going to get back to work soon. Sensei looks at the small monitor as she writes something down with her pen. Then she looks at me.
ゲームまだ作るつもりなんだ。
Of course. Mochiron. I still want to complete it. My feelings haven't changed. We'll start again, no matter what it takes. Because making a game is really amazing.
ほう？どんな？
First, you have something that you imagine in your mind, but that's just in your head, and nobody else can see it. Then you kind of pull that from your head into the real world. That's what it's like. Plus, it's not just your own head. You pull it out of a lot of people's heads. Which is why this little vague idea you have inside of you passes around to all sorts of people until it takes on clear form.
そうかね。
It's like alchemy. Something just springing forth out of nothing. Puzzled by her laugh, I tilt my head to the side.
ごめんごめん。 バカにしてるニュアンスはないんだよ。なんていうのかな、そうだね、君がそんなに頑張って喋ってるとこちょっと珍しいから。
Was I that enthusiastic?
なんか嬉しくて。
Sensei gives me a smile, her almond eyes squinting.
ここに来た時なんか誰も信じられないって野良猫みたいな雰囲気ですごいすかしてたのに。
I don't think I was.
そう？先生にはそう見えたな。だから修一郎さんが素敵な出会いで大きく変わったのか。でももしかしたら案外本当の君なのかもしれないね。
My true self. I never thought such a thing existed. I have always been who I am. However, if Higuchi Sensei says so, maybe it's true. Even if I get out, there's a chance that I can live a normal life if I stay involved with game making.
それはともかくちょっと置いといて。修一郎さん、また我やのことしてるそうだね。
What?
そうそう、悪い大人と付き合いだしたとか。
Bad seed. In the Sumari. The Yakuza. Yes, I'm hanging around some bad seed.
まあ素直。これじゃあ君が悪い大人になるのは難しそうかな。
Sensei laughs as she sticks her hand inside her lab coat.
私の立場からは何も言えないけど、もし君がそうしたいと思うのならとりあえずやってみるといい。今の修一郎さんに大切なのは世の中は広くていろんなことがあると知ることだからね。あ、でもすごく悪いことだったら叱りますよ。先生大人ですから。
Okay.
良き返事。はい、アメちゃんどっちだ？
I get to write again. Get an orange candy. I'll turn to leave the medical ward with my reward in my mouth.
君が世界に触れるということは、世界も君のことを知ることになるわけだ。
While jotting down some final notes, Higuchi Sensei speaks as if she's talking to herself.
どんな悪い人が君に興味を持つかわからない。それだけはくれぐれも気をつけて。
It's been over a week since I became a mediator. I've gotten quite used to the work by now. At the same time, I'm slowly learning about the Yakuza way. When I show up, all the lower tier members always greet me with a deep bow. Hello. And it appears the Yakuza have their own original greetings.
Oh, Bon. やっと来たかい。
What's happening? What's happening? I don't even know how to say this, so I'm just gonna skip this.
はっきり喋れ。
Yakuza are difficult. Think to myself, what are you reading? I look down at the hon that Nasan and the Hataya trio each have in their hands.
漫画だよ。てめえが来るまで暇してたからね。たまにはいいもんだ。
I didn't know you could borrow manga in prison.
まさか。この部屋のいろんなところに隠してあんのさ。過去の顔役連中がこっそり持ち込んでたみたいでな。こうして読んでみるとこれがなかなか面白いんだ。この一コマ一コマ全部人間が書いてるって思うと簡単もんさ。
You never read any on the outside?
あんまりな。親父が自分は人気漫画好きなくせして私が読もうとするといかんって怒るんだ。それで妙にお利口な漫画ばっか読まされるもんだから、漫画ってのはつまんねえなと結構な間思ってたんだ。
先代の心遣いでしょうよ。マナ娘には別の道を進んでほしいという。
分かってるよ。その割に結構無茶に付き合わされたが、今に思えば私と好きな漫画の話したがってたな。
Nasan smiled as she talks about her late father and looks both happy and sad.
と、まあそういうわけだ。ボンも読みたきゃ読んでいい。顔役の特権だ。
Wait, this is the first time they mentioned that her old man's dead. Or maybe that's his own narration and that's his interpretation of what happened. I don't know. A special perk? I like the sound of that.
いかがですか？ご所望とあらば私のおすすめ作品を集めた下沼セレクションをご紹介しますよ。
Yeah, this guy was a former manga, whatever. Numa selection.
やめといた方がいい。いいか坊主。秀美ちゃんはよ、偏屈な打ち切り漫画を愛好するならず者なんだ。
You know, for a split second, I just remembered the canceled manga. I think it was canceled so hard that the mangaka tried to make his revenge through. So I think one of the I think management told him he only had like 2 chapters left or some shit, and then what he did was that every release he had was like 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. And the anime's and the manga's premise was something about cleaning or some shit. And then when he got the signal to I guess his manga's canceled or some shit, it took a dark turn, a very dark turn, man. It was like, what the fuck? You could tell the mangaka was like, fuck this shit, bro. I was surprised his 1.1, 1.2, whatever got even published. So maybe his editor was trying to fight with him or some shit. I don't know. But that was one of the coolest shit ever. Anyway, I wish I remembered the name. It's a cleaning manga. Cancel manga cleaning. Gal cleaning. Oh, gal cleaning. Okay, that's the name. I remember it now. that shit's fucking cursed, bro. The ending's fucking cursed. Anyway.
私は正当な読者。打ち切り漫画が好きなのではなく、好きな漫画が打ち切られるだけですよ。私はただ透明な傑作を追い求めているだけなのです。
それだってうろんな漫画ばかりじゃないか。
それより花田セレクションだぞ坊主。男を磨きたけりゃ熱い漫画を読んでそのソウルに触れるのが一番いい。
よく言うよ、花田セレクション。私も読んだけどね。おもちゃやカードでブワーって世界征服しようとする話ばかりじゃないか。
So, a fucking manga about Kaiba or shit.
それの何がいけねえ。人生の縮図、男のロマンだろうが。
Wait, that's a very... What he said is very different from the translation.
梅津セレクションを読むんだよ、坊や。小難しい話なんかよりちょっと読んでわー笑えるのが一番さね。
梅津セレクションですか。うんこが出てくる回数がいささか多すぎるように思いますがね。
うんこの何がいけないんだい？老若男女、うんこで笑わない人間なんていやしないだろう。私の推しをバカにしてるとデンジャラスばあさんじゃになっちまうよ。
おいあんた、ふざけたこと言ってんじゃん。
The Hatay trio began to argue.
やめろ、秀美ちゃん。
The three feared all over the prison are seriously arguing over manga, but they look to be having fun. I haven't read a lot of manga, but apparently they can get you this heated. Maybe I should read something.
どうするボン？てめえは誰の勧めを読む？
The trio look at me with an intense stare. The pressure is mounting. I want to read your recommendations, Nesan. The trio really can't argue against me with my answer.
私たちの戦いはまだ始まったばかりです。
Hinanuma knows the right words to settle things down.
うんこ。
But Umezu knows the perfect punchline. There's something I learned from Nesan teaching me my job. The temperament. What is it, Kusumori?
この人がワンダーウーマンさんとスーパーマンコさんと口喧嘩になっちゃって。
Wonder Woman and Superman. That's a very different translation. Super Min-chan. Oh, I heard a Superman called. What the fuck?
ごめんね、私サバサバしてるから思ってることつい口にしちゃうんだよね。サバサバしてるから。
なんて言ったんだい？
名前負けしてないって。
That's mean.
私サバサバしてるから。
Shall I keep it real as well?
やめとけ。助手のコミュニティに悪口言い回られて立場が悪くなるだけだぞ。来てようが来てまいが、ここにいるのは等しく犯罪者だ。てめえは犯行の時何を着てた？
Nessa always works hard to keep arguments from growing. Doesn't lord her Yakuza background over anyone, nor does she try to sell things with violence.
ドルガバ。
She always tries to sell things by talking it out.
てめえも二つ名にふさわしくねえ格好をしていたが、ここの人間は誰もそれを笑わない。そいつを忘れちゃいけねえよ。
She's willing to put in the effort to achieve a peaceful settlement and answer any calls.
ありがとうございました。正味みんなが何を怒ってるのかもわからなくて、どいつもこいつも全員クズだし。
And or he has a lot of problems. Anyway, which is why, if there are any problems, a segment of the prisoners all come to Nessa. Her amicable personality also earns her the trust of the guards.
刑務官に向かってなんだそのダンスバトルは。
Now, what's wrong?
ダンスしながらセックスするエロ動画好きと普通にセックスするエロ動画好きとで口論になって最終的にダンスバトルになっちゃったのよ。ダンスって人生の縮図ね。
プリズンの規則にはダンスバトルを禁じる項は存在しない。
姉さん、
やれやれ。仕方がねえ、私が出向くか。てめえらはここで留守を頼むよ。
I thought the gang boss would be more short-tempered. Get the image that Yakuza are always angry.
それはやからだよ。組長なんて言っても結局は会社の社長みたいなもんだ。それが切れてばっかで仕事になるか？
But you get mad over baseball.
人間我慢ならねえってことはあるもんさ。
Nessa walks very briskly.
今日はえらく冷え込むね。
Her imposing figure
明日
looks
くらいには少しばかりお天道様が覗ければいいんだが。
her imposing figure looks free, unbound, and admittedly gallant. I wonder how she ended up in prison. Okay, this is also the question I'm wondering about. What were you arrested for?
なんだい、やぶから棒に。
I was just thinking that I can't imagine you getting arrested.
ヤクザは理由がなくたって捕まるもんなんだよ。暴対法って聞いたこと。ああ、仇は知らねえか。
Basically, it's the law that prevents Yakuza. Basically. I mean, the Yakuza still exist to this day, but they can't operate in the open like they used to. So, I know it's kind of weird, because I know it's kind of weird when I say that, because typically Yakuza are like, you know, they're basically the Japanese mafia. Equivalent. I wouldn't say they're literally the same, of course, but you know, I don't know, man. But like, you know, basically, Anti-Organized Crime Act is just something that straight up Royce Yakuza is meant to repel Yakuza and stuff. But nowadays they don't operate in public or whatever. So whatever. You know what? I really don't get Japanese justice systems. I really don't know. And whatever. Organized crime wouldn't be a thing if it were that easy to arrest the leadership. What crime was she charged with? There must be a reason. A prisoner appears before us. A thin woman around 20. She's muttering something.
てめえ、こんなところでどうした？そろそろ夕方の休みはおしまいだよ。早く食堂に行かねえと看守先生にどやされるぞ。
It all happens in an instant. Get back, Nasan! She charges towards us, swinging something. I jump in front of Nasan, but she yanks me by the neck to pull me down. A roundhouse kick meets the attacker's head. She spews up bile as she gets knocked back several meters. She falls to the ground. Wow, that's a large piece of glass.
姉さん、何の騒ぎですか？
The Hatay trio and Ozawa run in.
これはもしや姉さんの玉カット取ろうと。
I like how we finally see them wearing their worker outfits.
騒ぐな！とっとと看守を連れてこい。 こいつの刑務作業を担当しているやつもだ。
Two guards arrived before too long. One is a guard who came after hearing the commotion.
確かにこの囚人は革細工工場で働く囚人だ。どうやって持ち出して。
And the other is a guard in charge of the female prisoner's work area.
その凶器の出所は革細工工場で間違いありませんか？
数日前に不慮の事故で窓ガラスが割れた。その際。
Stop. Nickname because she looks like she wears one. Twists her face uncomfortably. That's a very boring nickname. At this rate, she's going to have to take responsibility for this.
つまりはこんなところまで凶器を持ち込ませた顔役の貴様らに責任があるということだな。
Which is why she's trying to force the blame on us.
暴論ですな。刑務官ともあろうお人が安全面の確認という大仕事をサボタージュして囚人に責任を。
囚人同士のいさかいであれば我々は必要以上に感知しない。よって今回の件はこれでおしまいだ。
ふざけてるんじゃないよ。こっちは組長の弾くわって狙われているんだよ。
自業自得なら仕方ないだろう。いや、ひょっとすると看守にケチつけるための自作自演か。
言うにこと書いてこの甘。
黙れ。いいからそのガラスをこっちによこせよ。さもなくば懲罰棒に。
これは一体何の騒ぎなのかしら。
A distinctive staccato of metal echoes through the area.
面倒な女が来やがった。
I turn around.
おやおや、顔役の囚人がガン首揃えてどんな話をしているのかしら。
Oh, the head of all the guards. Okay, we're finally getting her. We're finally getting involved with her, and she looks like she always has someone from STT or SSD. Special something. Yeah, I think it's SSD. It's a long-haired woman. She's holding a thin cane, her chin raised to look down on us.
なるほど。夏美、その女を拘束なさい。
承知。
SSD, there you go. A large SSD guard restrains the passed out female prisoner. This woman seems to have grasped the situation immediately. It's Captain Yuago, Hazuki, the woman who ordered me to massage her shoulders before. Bro, is that the number one thing you remember about her? She's the one who straight up canceled your game. Or at least the second person who talked about canceling your game. He's an extremely arrogant person.
バカ、偉そうじゃなくて偉いんだよ。重大犯罪簿の監視長でこのプリズンのナンバー2だ。
I thought he was narrating in his own mind, but he was saying it out loud.
頼むからマジに夕顔監視長だけには立てついてくれんなよ。
He leaves a very cold impression.
この人だけは本当にやばいんだ。シャレじゃ済まねえかな。
I don't know if it's her eyes, her outrageous outfit, or the sound of the cane. He applies pressure to the whole room.
夕顔監視長、この者たちが小競り合いをしていて危うく大怪我をするところで。
I thought she was going to throw us in solidarity for fighting.
都市空間でヤクザに襲いかかるバカなどいないわ。大方凶器があるのでしょ。
She aims her glare at the guard in charge.
そしてそれは貴様の管理不行き届きによって奪われたもの。違うかしら。
夕顔監視長、これはその違くて。
どこが違うというのかしら。この私が。
Yuga was very interesting. Like, she didn't take sides there. She was much more. Well, she does have some arrogance, but she was unbiased. She was a little bit unbiased about what she did. I don't know yet, but like that's the impression I got. Like, you know, maybe the only side she cares about is herself, but like, you know. The guard in charge wavers as Captain Yugao puts the screws to her.
まったくバカなことをしてくれたわね。誰かが怪我をしていたら始末書じゃ済まされなかったのよ。
Everything Yugao is assuming is true. Her powers of perception must be considerable.
この恥さらしが 一体何年刑務官をやっているのかしら。そんな拙い嘘でこの夕顔葉月の目がごまかせると思っているのなら、もう少し勉強してきなさいな。
Her reprimanding tone is quite harsh. It's as if she truly feels the other person is Umi.
さあ、早く凶器を提出なさい。貴様の処遇についてはその後に考えましょう。
He reaches out with a hand that's not holding the cane. I give it some thought. What weapon? There was no weapon.
だから修一郎てめえ本当に余計なことを。
Yeah, Ozawa was right. He was like, there's no need for you to do that. Anyway, my thinking came to a quick conclusion. She just came rushing at us. I think she was trying to punch me. She probably didn't like that I was new. I've been subjected to many such pranks this past week. If the guard in charge gets punished, there's no benefit to us. What's important is to make clear why this happened.
貴様は、ああ、新しくバター犬になったとかいう坊や。
That's an interesting nickname. Captain Yugao gives me a sarcastic little smile.
なかなか賢い犬を手に入れたじゃない。ねえ。けれどあまり大きな顔をしないことね、組長さん。ここはプリズン。盾になってくれる人間も多くはない。もしかしたら本当に後ろからくっすりとやられてしまうかもしれないわよ。それでは失礼。
Nea-san simply takes it, her eyes remaining closed. Captain Yugao heads out with the SSD forces. What do you mean? There's only one. Returning to the guards' dorm.
なぜ私をかばった？あのままにしていれば望み通り罰せられていたはずなのに。
勘違いするな。てめえが罰せられて私らに何の得がある。だが借りを作ったのは事実だな。
It seems that Nea-san gets what I was going for.
あの鉄砲玉がどうして私らを襲ってきたのか。その動機が分かったらすぐに教えな。頼むよ、看守先生。
She says that in a low, reverberating voice to seal the deal. We head over to the medical ward afterwards to receive treatment. We aren't hurt at all. We were told to get an examination just in case. It could be the guard in charge's way to make it up to us. Is that all right?
上出来だよ、ボン。
Once we're alone, Nea-san praises me right away.
あのまま夕顔に処理されちまってたら、私らは真相をつかむ手段をなくしちまうことになる。
Okay, that makes sense.
だったら担当看守に貸しを作って情報を引き出す方がずっと利口だ。よくやったね、ボン。
I like being praised, so I'm very happy.
しかし、随分と派手な真似をしてくれるじゃねえか。やれやれ。
She dusts herself off as she swears to herself. Does this kind of thing happen often?
仕方のねえことさ。顔役ってのはプリズンで幅を利かせてる分、恨みを買うことも少なくない。有名税ってやつだな。
It seems there are many taxes in prison. Was I in the way?
足手まとい。まあそうだな。武術の心得がねえやつに前に出られても刺されておしまいだ。
I did try to protect you.
それだけで大したもんだよ、ボン。とっさに他人をかばうなんざ普通の人間にはできやしねえ。よく動けた。てめえは本当に肝が据わってやがれ。
Nea-san adds, a but.
てめえはそもそも旗への人間じゃねえんだ。だから私のことを守る義務なんてないのさ。てめえはてめえの命を大事にしろ。わかったか、ボン。
I can't do that. I refuse. Because you draw art for me. I think it's only natural to protect such an important illustrator. well, that's one way of putting it. That was why I was able to move so quickly. If something similar ever happens again, I'm sure I'll do the same. It's what's necessary to create my game.
たくてめえはどこから来るのかね、その情熱は。
Nea-san laughs pleasantly, The folly of youth. Even though I know we're about the same age.
そういう一丁前なことは自分の身を守れるようになってから抜かしな。お姉さんだっているんだろ？
True. I don't want to make her sad.
そうしな。それに私はこういうことには慣れっこなんだ。ヤクザの組長の一人娘なんて拉致するにはもってこいだろ？
I had no idea you had such an experience.
もちろん。どいつもこいつもぶっ飛ばして泣き入れるまで痛めつけて一家先代に至るまで指詰めさせてやったがな。
Wow! That's a story straight out of a manga. But there's some kind of power in Nessa, as that makes me believe she would really do it.
今回のこともそうだな。やられっぱなしで終わるのは旗へのメンツに関わってくる。
I see something dark glowing in her eyes.
極道に手出すってことの意味をしっかりと叩き込んでやらなきゃならないね。
I feel a shiver go down my spine. Maybe this is killing intent again. Straight out of a manga. I think retaliation is in order.
おやおや、ボンも見た目に似合わずなかなか武闘派じゃねえか。
But won't that extend your sentence? I would compare my options and go with the one with the most benefit. However, Yakuza life isn't so easy.
極道ってのは自分で通した筋道に準じる生き方のことを言うんだ。早く出たいなんて我が身可愛さに看守様の目なんて気にしてちゃ旗や大化の長スタル。
Nessa puts on her jacket and stands up to leave.
それにだ。知らねえのかいボン。満期出所はヤクザの花ってもんだよ。
Then she gallantly leaves. Words escape my lips. Kakoi. It was so. It was wholly involuntary.
姉さん、先ほどはお疲れ様でしたね。あの看守にも何か分かり次第シャッと連絡よこすよう確約させときましたよ。
お、てめえらにも手間かけたね。
そんなことねえっすよ。今回の MVP は偏差値58の俺の頭で考えても全裸のやつっす。俺らがやったことなんて大したことはねえ。
実際彼の起点には驚きましたね。あれが最善と即断し即座に行動。ただの無謀か、あるいは
仕事の覚えも早いものね。髪切ってるだけあって頭も切れるし、腕っぷしは女の子みたいだけど、あれよ、ガッてした弾力があるのよ、あの坊や。
これも姉さんの教育の賜物ですぜ。
ん？ああ。
ともあれ、我々は姉さんに弓引いた輩を追うとしましょう。どこぞのうろんな組が関わっている可能性も捨てきれません。
そりゃもしかして H の件も関連があるってのかい？
可能性はゼロではありません。その白黒をはっきりさせるのが我々の仕事というわけです。
全裸のガキをうちの組に入れるってのもな、あれどう見ても肩着には向いてねえ。俺たちと同じ生粋のはぐれもんよ。ろくでもねえ連中に利用されちまうより先に奴が誠実な反社になれるよう俺たちが道を示してやんないとな。
そいじゃあこちらでバンジーガッとしてギュッとやっときますよ姉さん。姉さん？
ああ、そうだな。
Looks like she's out of it for some reason. And so I continue working as a mediator.
よう禅の字、調子はどうだい？先週入ってきた若いのだ。見ろよこいつ、テラテラに光ってやがる。白星 PP で輝きやがってクソ無様な特色でございますね。綺麗だよ。
They say all you need is time. People didn't give me the time of day at first, but now they all talk to me. We lost some shogi pieces from the set in the recreation room. I want them put back before things get out of hand. I'm starting to understand how to conduct myself in the prison full of strong personalities. I understand you're the culprit. That's because you have a nickname stemming from how you got men to surround and protect you. I picked up a few tricks on how to control such particular prisoners. So, put back the pieces you shoved out your genitals. Nothing bad will happen to you. Burn the whole static Nuki. I don't get it. Anyway.
これなんて読むんですか？
Apparently, having a character is just as important as the stage.
厳しくなく
So long as you play along with the game, things naturally work out.
あの新しい旗への顔役、どうやらただのバター犬って感じじゃないようだぜ。
I feel the prisoners are finally accepting me as a mediator.
全生強いよね。 DJ、殺傷、仲裁、隙がないと思うよ。
What? What? What is he, a DJ? Nesan is the one who taught me everything.
興味道路族でもある前にようやく一体の買い上げかい。12億か。なるほど。建設計画は
Nesan is giving out orders to the family from inside prison.
3年、1年で4億か。やめろ。いや、増やせって意味じゃねえ。10億だ。それでいい。それ以上は払わせるな。
Normally, it's not allowed, but even guards don't dare to cross Taeka.
そいつの名前なんだ？誕生日は3月9日。担当者変えさせろ。不愉快だ。なんか嫌だ。
Seeing her move such money on a whim makes me appreciate she's someone from the underworld. I've become more interested in the kind of bad things that Nesan is involved in.
やめとけ。あんまり深く踏み入れちゃならねえ領域ってのもあんだよ。
But Ozawa tries to cure my curiosity.
てめえは俺らが優しいから忘れてんけどよ。ヤクザの焼き入れってのはマジで笑えねえんだ。
I see.
人のいないところに呼び出してよ。殴る蹴るはもちろん、イルカ飼うくれいのでかい水槽に手足縛って逆さずりにして水攻めしたりとか。
That's scary.
しかも姉さんは波の任教じゃねえんだぜ。なんつっても九州の任教連合を取りまとめてるとんでもねえお人だ。
Is that impressive?
アホ、すげえどころの話じゃねえぞ。九州の荒くれどもの頂点に立つってのがどんだけやべえことか。
Is it really that dangerous?
任教連合の九州支部をまとめる時だってでけえ戦争になる直前まで揉めたんだぜ。それを避けるため姉さんは周到に根回しして杯を交わして回ったって話だ。
So Yakuza don't always make decisions with violence.
足りねえよ。んなことしてっと桜田門組が黙ってね。
Sakura Damon clan.
国営暴力団、要は薩の子だよ。
Oh, that's a very interesting way of saying that. Ah.
何でもかんでも暴力に物言わせてりゃ結局一番迷惑被るのは仇だろ。そうすると薬剤の締め付けは一層どぎつくなるわけよ。暴対法や暴敗の規制強化の裏にはいつもそういう事件があんだ。姉さんはそれをよーく分かってっから無用な争いはしねえってわけ。
That's why she was negotiating with the other family.
つうこと。ただそん中にな土壇場で杯の話を保護にしたバカな組がいやがった。
What happened?
さすがにそれで黙ってるわけにはいかねえ。相手がまた汚ねえ連中でその場で道具出して襲いかかってきたが、さすが俺らの姉さんだ。見事その場で返り討ちを。
How cool.
それから畑への姉さんは一人で相手の事務所に行ってな、ロケットランチャーをぶっ放してその建物を木っ端みじんにしちまったんだ。
Damn, that's some Kiritsugu Emiya moves there. Wow! Although, that contradicts her wanting to avoid violence. I decided to take the opportunity to talk to the other members as well.
日本任教連合か。今こいつに属してねえとヤクザ家業もなかなか楽にはやっていけない。で、畑井組はその九州支部を統括してる。姉さんはあの年でその頂点に立ったんだから、まさに不正室の豪傑ってわけや。
Best of the best.
うちがスケコマシご法度って話はしたろ。ある時切り取りに行った枝の若中が相手の女を風呂に沈めようとした。
The bad.
そしたら畑井の姉さんは一人で若中の家に行ってな、ランチャーをぶっ放してその建物を木っ端みじんにしてまうたんじゃ。
Does she always do that? What? Wow! It's wrong to drown people in baths. I think to myself.
いつの時代もそうだけどね、支部の中にも姉さんはよく思わない連中がいたのよ。小娘が事実上のトップだなんて気に食わねえなんて古い考えのバカがね。そういうのが偽装波紋なんてこすいて作って建前上はシュッて連合を抜けてね、ハタイ組の組員なんかをグワーって襲撃してくるわけなのよ。
Was NASA never attacked?
それがあるらしいんだよ。しかも散髪地を狙われたって卑怯極まる連中だろ。
Well, an ambush is a rather logical tactic. This isn't the Yakuza way I've come to understand it. So, what did she do?
それがね、ついてたボディーガードが連中をブワー返り討ちにしてね、姉さんはずっと涼しい顔で髪を切ってもらってたって話さ。
That's so cool.
それからハタイの姉さんは一人で相手を追ってね、トランチャーをボガーぶっ放して逃げる車をコッパみじんにしちまったんだよ。
Rashi always has a rocket launcher. What the fuck? Wow! I think to myself that NASA carries around a rocket launcher even when she goes to get her haircut.
ある姉さんちのハス向かいに気が狂った配信者が越してきたらしく、配信者は皆気が狂っているかもしれませんが、中でもとびきりのが越してきて、その住人が昼夜を分かたず公害じみた規制を発し、クレームもまともに受け付けないので、近隣住民も大いに迷惑がっていたそうです。そしたらハタエの姉さんは一人でその家に行きましてな、ロケットランチャーをぶっ放してハス向かいの家をコッパみじんにしてしまったんです。
That seems excessive. Everything always ends with a rocket launcher, which makes me think this could be some kind of Hatae Ichizoku joke. However, I think the story Ozawa told me in the beginning to be actually true.
人のいないところに呼び出してよ。殴る蹴るはもちろん、イルカ飼うくれのでかい水槽に手足縛って逆さずりにして水攻めしたりとか。
Then Nessa asked for me. Told me she was inviting me somewhere special, so to come on my break. I think to myself that I'm not going to make it home alive.
よう善玉、どこに行くんだ？
They got waterboarded. Like that's his reaction. I arrived near the site thinking I'm probably going to get beat up. It's a completely ordinary looking field. I would never have found the metal fixture if I hadn't been told what to look for beforehand. It's almost a joke how beautiful the place is. Completely different from the cold weed-filled gray of the prison. Been properly cared for. Vibrant flowers blooming. It's like I step inside a Japanese garden.
来たかい、ボン。
Nasa is sitting on the edge of the flower bed, her legs crossed and reading.
ここは私の隠れ家みたいな場所でね。あそこの茂みからじゃないと入れないんだ。めったに人の寄りつかない、看守も知らねえ秘密の庭園だよ。
I had no idea this place even existed. I think to myself, what were you reading?
ジャンプ。
I like how she followed up with that. He puts down the magazine. He stands up. You're going to punch me, aren't you? Oh. So, you're going to waterboard me?
分かってるなら話は早い。準備しな。
I get down to my floor where and wait for what's coming to me.
私のそばにいると、前みたく命を狙われることも多い。だが、今のてめえじゃ少しばかり役者が不足してる。だから空いた時間は、私が空手の稽古をつけてやろう。
She wants me to learn martial arts so I can defend myself. It seems like I'm not going to get tortured after all.
分かったか？
Yeah.
じゃあ服を着ろ。なんで脱いだ？
Why are you naked? I like how she asked that question. If I want to continue to work as a mediator, I'm going to need to learn how to attack as well.
それに武道ってのは人間を育てるもんだ。人間的に大きくなるためにしっかり励めよ。
I figured I shouldn't have trouble picking this up. This is probably not real karate.
こいつは火山心眼流って言ってな。旗絵組も所属してる任教組織の東京本部が家元だ。火山院ってんだが、空手ってよりも古武術の流れを組んでるそうだ。他にも中国拳法の本試験か。詳しいことは知らねえが。私もガキの自分に修行に出されたよ。気立てのいいお嬢さんが一人いてな。
Apparently, even Nasa used to be a kid. What the fuck? Is that why you talk the way you do?
そんなって
When you get riled up, yeah, like you're from Tokyo.
そういや、ボンは東京育ちだったね。確かに地元の訛りはあまり出ないかもな。チビの頃に東京が長かったからかもしれないね。
Well, obviously I'm not a Japanese speaker and I don't have like a lot of Japanese listening to figure out she wasn't actually, if they were supposedly talking in some accent, unless if they're talking Kansai Ben, which is for some reason very, very obvious to someone who doesn't know Japanese. I think. Maybe. You know what? Never mind. I think the way you talk is cool.
そうかい？だが、こっちのがよっぽどかっこいいから、覚えといて損はね。
Takes off her jacket and squats down, bringing her right fist up to her waist.
火山は月がメインだ。こういうのだな。
Like this?
おお、いいじゃねえか。もっと腰入れてやってみな。気合を吐き出せ。
How was it?
筋がいいぞ。
Apparently, I've got a knack for this. Might be able to master this, I think to myself.
そしてここからが重要なんだが、火山心眼流の肝は簡単に言えば呼吸の発露だ。
Oh man, we're back to Kokyu. Kokyu?
無呼吸の連打、爆発呼吸による発勁。東洋的な理論だが、それが勘どころってわけだよ。
I'm good at aiming when accidents explode. Okay. I'm extremely good at it.
だから入門者が最初にすることは肺活量を鍛えることだ。息が続かねえと連打も何もないからな。
This is some Demon Slayer shit. Kimetsu no Yaiba shit, man. I feel nothing but confidence.
そうか。そらばん、ちょっと息を覗いてみな。
Or Sakana? It's over.
こういうのを毎日やらされたよ。
Torture?
訓練。
Apparently, it's kune. Not exactly waterboarding, but either way, I'm getting drowned. You endured all this?
最終的に5枚重ねのゴム風船を10秒で破裂させられるようになったな。
What color belt do you get for that?
さっきの姉さんなんて息だけでどでかい陶器を粉砕できてたぞ。
Bro, this is straight up from fucking Kimetsu no Yaiba. Like literally, I remember when Tangerine, Tangerine, he was learning how to improve his kokyu, and then they were talking about Kanao. They mentioned Kanao was able to do this exact thing. She could pulverize a huge porcelain vase with her breath. That's exactly what they describe her do. I was like, wait, was it Kanao? What's the name? What is the name of Tangerine's eventual wife? Tanjiro Amado wife. Oh yeah, it is Kanao. All right, it is Kanao. It's been a while, you know. Anyway, I was like a monster, I think, to myself. Did she? I knew it. They're making a reference to it exactly. It's so annoying. I knew it. I was like, wait a second. I know this exact plot. I've heard about this before.
背中に泣いてる鬼を掘ってる野郎なら粉々にしてた。
Wait a second. Never mind.
その鬼も最終的には笑ってた。
Inhuman.
うるせえな、生意気抜かすとぶっ飛ばすぞ。
I'm sorry. Please, don't hurt me. Anything but the rocket launcher. My confidence disappears like it was never there. I might not be able to do this.
どうしたい？宣告までやる気があったじゃねえか。
I remembered that I'm not athletic. Bro, you got ripped in the mines. What the hell are you talking about, bro? Are you making some shit up right now? What the hell?
情けないことを決め顔で言うもんじゃねえよ。
But I always got low grades in gym.
そのあたりはあんまり関係ねえことだが。
I mean, bro, it doesn't make sense. You already went through the mines. What the hell is this guy saying now? I would always get picked last for sports.
楽しいクラスの行事で
My classmates didn't talk to me for a whole week.
全くしょうがねえな。こういう時はあ、そうだ。
Oh, she was able to think of something. At a time like this, I'm not going to be able to do any of that. I'm more suited for peaceful activities.
おいボン、必殺技欲しくないか。
Hisatsu?
おいボン、必殺技欲しくないか。
I pronounce it.
一撃必殺で敵を葬るいわば奥義だ。火山心眼流を覚えりゃそういうもんが習得できるんだけどな。
I do!
おお、そうかいそうかい。
I've always wanted the Hisatsu move. I can't see.
ならやってみるか、特訓よ。
Alright, let's do it.
やれやれ。まったく子供ってのはたわいないもんだね。
It's as if she was dealing with a kid or some shit. That's what she said. Anyway, there's no person on earth who wouldn't want to learn a Hisatsu ultimate move. I'm just not gonna translate it. I'm gonna just speak in Japanese on that part. I feel all my motivation resurge.
ことほどさように肺活量が寛容ってわけだ。風船がありゃいいんだが、無所の中じゃそんなものも満足に集められねえ。だからこいつを使う。
What's that?
コンドームだ。
I see.
どこぞの一等者がいくつか隠し持っていたんでな。平和的交渉をやって譲ってもらったもんだ。ちょうどいいタイミングだったよ。
I never imagined I'll be looking at my first condoms today.
ほらよ、ボン。
Nor did I think I would be handed one by a member of the opposite sex. I press my lips to the opening and start blowing up the condom. It inflates more readily than I expected. Each time I exhale, it grows longer like a cucumber. Huh? But it doesn't pop at all.
コンドームってのは思ったより伸びるんだ。ものによっては4から5リットルの空気が入るって話さ。その際の長さは約90センチ。だいたい小さめのカピバラと同じサイズだ。
Thanks for the illustration there. What the fuck?
ちなみにコンドームの語源は開発した医師の名前らしい。紀元前3000年には動物の盲腸を使っていたという記録もあるそうだぞ。
Yeah, the ancient ones are made from lamb intestine or some shit. Anyway, you seem to know a lot about rubbers.
そうかい。まあ知識がねえといざという時に困るだろうから勉強したことはあるよ。
Huh?
スウェーデンになった時焦らずこいつをつけてやる必要があるだろ。
Huh? The condom swells further. So does something else. But a condom that still doesn't pop.
一息でそいつを破けるようになるまでは半人前だ。死ぬ気で膨らませてみやがれ。
Okay.
それじゃあそいつを膨らませながら聖剣好き。つく時に息を吐き出すことを意識しろ。
Yes, ma'am.
抜くんじゃねえこのドチンピラ。もっと腰いるんかい。一度男がやるって言ったんだ。吐いた唾飲むような真似だけはするんじゃねえ。
Nessa passionately teaches me. He's a very good teacher, I think to myself. I'm too tired to talk. I'm too tired to do that. pictured. The face she makes when she thinks he sounds like a really vocal male porn actor. Say! The face she makes when she thinks, yeah, that's really not helping. How's that? Doda!
初めてにしちゃ上出来だ。
I'll train here whenever I have free time and decide. I want to work hard for Nesan, since she's making such an earnest effort to teach.
それじゃコンドーム10枚破裂させるまでそこでトレーニングしてな。
Are you aiming on a canvas?
イーゼルってんだよ、こういうのは。
Nesan
ガバンよりは扱いやすい。
Nesan pulls out something that looks like a tripod and a set of oil paint. He has some free time, so he decides to paint a poster for the prison newsletter. He used watercolors the last time I saw.
本職はこっちなんだよ。ガキの自分、教室に通ってたんだが、最初にリキッドホワイトを薄く塗って、乾くまで待つのは面倒だからそのままやっていくか。
She applies the thin coat of white paint on the canvas, making X shapes with her brush.
まずは下地にイエローを下地の白と混ぜるようにザーッと色付けていく。小さくな。
Well, what you're reading is kind of describing what she's doing. She begins to apply yellow from the top left corner, expanding out until the color of the sun.
適当でいいんだよ。ここにフロタブルーとチタニウムホワイトを加えて適当に筆を動かしていりゃ空に見えてくる。
As she throws on blue and white paint, she instantly creates a sky.
そこに少しだけホワイトを足して筆先をちょいちょいっと動かしながら立体的に引き伸ばしていくと雲ができる。
At first it looks like white garbage, but as she brushes more and more, clouds begin to form.
あとはリキッドクリアを塗って下地を作ってからブルーを伸ばしていけば。
As she paints blue down the canvas.
な、簡単だろう。
You really did just make a background of the sky and the ocean so easily.
案外よくできた。先生ほどじゃないがな。ありゃ恩師がアフロの外人の弟子だとか言ってたから。
Wait, she said something interesting, but I couldn't understand. I think I heard something. Anyway, it is a beautiful scenery of the sky, and the ocean you couldn't see from here. You could almost dive in and start swimming.
どうだい、そっちは。
I blow hard enough, the condom does inflate. However, I can't bring it to pop with just one breath. I let it leave my lips as I catch my breath. I may look dumb, but this training really works my lungs to their full capacity. Ah, yes. Lung capacity is so important.
てめえはなんでだと思う？
No, I lost too much oxygen to think. As I answer honestly, Nesan smiles.
正解だ。なんだ、分かってるじゃないか。
I just answered and then no. That's the correct answer. I repeat what I said to myself. When you don't have enough lung capacity, the lack of oxygen makes it harder to think.
そういうことだ。ちょいとそいつを貸してみな。
I hand her the shriveled condom. Nesan takes a deep breath and puts the condom to her lips. The condom inflates instantly, then pops into a million pieces. すげえ。
何か問題を出してみな。
Where do prisoners kiss?
服だな。服役囚だから。
Wow.
ボンは服役囚にはキスしてもらえねえな。服を着ねえから。
That's a good joke. But you kissed me indirectly just now. You put your mouth where mine was.
え？そうか。
Oh.
確かにしちまったな。
Oh, she's still kind of innocent in that part, huh? Nesan's eyes widen, like she hadn't even considered it. Raises her index finger over her lips. Wow. I guess she really ignored that part of her then. Until now, that is. So unusual to see her like this. I catch myself staring.
まあ、そんなことはいい。とにかく、ボンもよくわかったろ？呼吸が荒れると思考が鈍る。
That's why we work our lung capacity.
そうすりゃ、簡単には息切れなんてしなくなる。 火事場鉄火場急場にあっちゃ呼吸なんざ整えてる暇はねえ。しかしどっこい、冷静な判断力ってもんが一番いるのがそん時だ。わかるな？
Yeah. In essence, logic makes sense. The objective of the training and the reason behind it is all logical. And I get to learn an ultimate move on top of that. I find myself becoming increasingly motivated. I take the next condom and resume my training right away.
なるほどね。理屈が分かった方がってタイプか。
Nessun speaks with a satisfied look on her face as she watches me and smiles. She sits back down in front of the Essel. What about you?
真面目にやんな。どうした？
Why are you the chief? Hard to imagine someone who paints so joyously to yell and punish people.
正確には、私は対外的には組長ってわけじゃねえのさ。摂関政治って言えやいいのか。裏から指示を出して動かしてる。
So someone's acting like a figurehead in their mafia family, and she's the one who's actually doing it. The Emperor Emeritus.
そんな感じだ。
Why are you not really the chief?
女の。しかもこんなガキが組長やってちゃ、その事実だけで組全体を舐めるやつが出てくんのさ。それらしい側を取り繕わなきゃ仕事がやりづらくって仕方がねえ。だがこれも公然の秘密みたいなもんでね。筋物ほど私のことを怖がってやがる。そいつもまた皮肉的で面白いだろ。
Nessun smiles and begins moving her brush around. What were you arrested for? She suddenly stops. She quietly turns to me and smiles again.
冤罪だよ。私は無実の罪で逮捕されたのさ。
Isn't that so typical, man? Only because she was. Someone really hated her guts. Happening? Nothing happening? Wait, I need to save. I need to pick up something from the food I'm cooking, so I'll be right back. I already ate, but this is for like some other day. Alright, I'm back. I think I'm gonna do just 2 or 3 more scenes. 30 minutes. Maybe. Very late. It started earlier, but I have a course today. Anyway. While being a mediator is hectic, there are perks as well.
今日の天ぷらどうよ。イカとナスと椎茸、大根おろし付き。
You're getting real good food nowadays, huh? Yum. We're able to eat a little food at breakfast, lunch and dinner under the guise of food inspection. Wow, what a huge bat.
初めて見た繁華街に祭りかとかいうタイプの田舎者ですかお前。
Yeah, this is the first time we've seen this place. There's a shipyard thing. I sometimes just have to patrol some places I've never been for before without doing anything too hectic. Well, I had to wake up early. My lunch breaks are a little longer. But what makes me most happy? Being able to take a bath. Bathing is done by work units, so all mediators go together. Plus, we're able to bat every day, like the coal miners and cafeteria workers. Regular inmates only get to bathe once every few days. I'm glad I became a mediator.
これには刑務官側の思惑も絡んでいるんですよ、善楽。一部の受刑者に特権を与えることが全体のコントロールにつながる。
Yeah, I mean, if you have some people doing their job for them, huh? Of course they'll be.
特権発作に懲役どもがいいこぶりっこして看守に媚びを売るってことな。
I see. Even the worst troublemakers will behave if they think they'll get something in return. That's why the guards have provided special status to mediators and model prisoners to control the prison.
万に一つ懲役全員が待遇を不満に思い一斉放棄なんて起こしたら監視としてもたまりませんからね。
The prisoners do outnumber the guards.
だからこそ顔の利く懲役には監視とて迂闊なことはできませんし、条件次第でこちらが監視を抱き込んだりすることも可能なわけです。
Come to think of it, the guards tend to give a lot of leeway to Nessan. Nessa sure is impressive. There is a signal in the bat, and when it turns red, you had to get out. That's why prisoners all stare at the light with hatred. It's nice to be able to enjoy a bat without that added pressure. Oh, so they're not affected by that. They can take as long as they want. Then we get out of the bat and take our break. I'm walking with Ozawa and the Hatae trio. You're off to catch the guy, right? I'm coming with you. If the one who attacked Nessan is inside the prison, the Hatae clan can't just let them roam free. I was waiting for them to go look for the culprit to defend the family's honor. Please, allow me to come with you.
あらやだ、どうしようかしら。なんて言わないよ。これは組の問題。部外者は梅津セレクションでも読んで腹抱えてりゃいいのさ。
Then I'll call you cousin from now on.
首相な心がけですが、呼び方を変えたところで組員にはなれませんよ。
You still just calling Ozawa though.
言ってろボケ。
どうすんだい？坊やのことは姉さんから。
Apparently, they haven't ascertained the identity of the attacker yet.
勝手についてくるってことまでは止められてね。いざとなりゃ俺が責任取るぞこら。
Alright, he's gonna take responsibility. It's their job to investigate. Are attacks like that common?
ないことはねえよ。顔役は恨みを買うしな。これまでも看板持ちじゃねえ連中が飛んできたりしたもんだぜ。
囚人番号0221、通称半熟は性犯罪棒の囚人です。普段の素行には問題がなく、監視の評価も比較的良好でした。
Yeah, then something really motivated her to do that.
つまり手がかりは全くねえっつうこった。そういう時は地道に捜査するしか手はねえんだ。
Numari, we're going to go around and question people. I thrust my fist forward. We're definitely going to find the one who went after Nessan. And if we go out and start questioning all sorts of people, this kind of investigation is made for mediators.
半熟？あの暗そうなやつか。いや、話を聞いたことはねえな。
We're able to ask around as we do our patrols.
確かに俺は0221番とは入所が同じだったけどな。
But there are some inmates that don't like that. Can you tell me about her?
人のことにズカズカ踏み込んでくるようなやつはみんな大嫌いなんだよ。
People don't like it when we use our precision to pry. Uncooperative prisoners like this one who hurl insults around are not uncommon.
あんまりしつこいようならこいつをメンソーレしてみるが。
So, you're confident that you can fight, but don't back down. I do karate. I do karate. Anyway, sorry. I remember that one thing in Indiana Jones, the new game Indiana Jones game at Bethesda, and the final boss was like so proud he could do karate. Anyway, whatever. Knowing that I can take this guy down, if it comes down to it, I have nothing to fear. You wanna go? This must be what Nessa must have meant when she said that martial arts make people strong. I think to myself, here are things we need to investigate.
一つ、どんな囚人なのか。二つ、凶器はどのように手に入れたのか。三つ、周辺とのつながりはどうなのかです。これが分かれば、真相を解き明かすことができるはずです。私が執事をやっていた頃、仕えていた令嬢がこう言っていましたよ。私が名探偵になれば 真相の令状って呼んでもらえるかしらと。
This guy has been in a lot of jobs or some shit, man. I think this is a reference to something, but I don't know. What kind of prisoner is she? Questioning hasn't yielded any results. She doesn't seem to have that many friends.
あら、ならこの工場の窓ガラスってなんでバリー割れちまったのさ。
ああ、ちょっと前外から石が当たったらしくて。
So we decided to find out more about the weapon. The weapon definitely originated from this workshop.
一体誰がやったんだろうね。犯人は分からなかったのかい？
決まりない話ですまない。
何言ってんだ、十分だよ。あんたから聞いた情報、私頭の中にしまっちゃうおばさん。
Umezu is the most likable of the trio. Does look more like your favorite aunt and a gangster, making her important when interacting with the non-Yakuza members of society. She's also the lunch lady, so. However, nobody's able to tell her why the window broke. It's hard to think it was just a coincidence. Someone did it on purpose. The easiest thing is to assume Softboiled did it, but that's not necessarily the case.
おい来たぞ。ハタイの全裸マンだ。組長のお気に入りなんだろ。
どうも1秒で1000回手満できるからあの組長が重宝しておるそうで、聞けば組長が重宝しておるのも1秒になんと1000回手満できるからだそうじゃ。
You know, these rumors get weirder and weirder. Wait a second.
もう全裸マンじゃなくて千住マンね。整合すぎるでしょ。手満って人生の縮図みたい。
Yeah. What does stud
気
mean?
にすんな。ゴーって家とかそういう意味だろ。
Stud.
何でも真に受けんだからな。
Gathering information turns out to be very difficult.
ちゃんと相手見てやんだぞ。気づかぬうちに恨みを買うこともあっからよ。
I see.
待てよ、全裸空手野郎。
Naked karate bastard. Did he go naked when he was doing karate? Karate. I suddenly noticed I'm surrounded by several prisoners.
前は沖縄組に随分とでかい口叩いてくれたそうじゃねえか。
The what?
ヤクザかなんか知らねえが、うちのアンチュにあんまりな態度取ってくれたじゃねえの。
Is the Okinawa clan big?
この組ってのは看板のことじゃねえ。グループだ。
Oh, okay. Nothing at all. Another Sumari. They're just a bunch of criminals that will all come from Okinawa.
てめえなんかやった？
If I had to say, I got stronger. All the members of the Okinawa clan are tan and muscular. They're all in a low stance, ready to pounce at any moment. Bring it on. I'll use karate.
バカが、空手は沖縄生まれの武術だろうが。
嘘だろ。暴力的なもんは専門外だよ。
As I get into my stance, I also feel like I don't have a chance to win. Still, I figure I can take out at least one of them.
手頃なら俺も混ぜんだろ。
Hell yeah, a prison fight, here we go. That's when the interloper shows up. Canada starts swinging. He's strong.
あなたはボクシングで日本チャンピオン目前まで行った男なんだよ。行け羽田、そこだよ、殺せ。
Damn, what the hell is this guy doing in prison? What the fuck?
素人に手を挙げなければ落ちぶれることもなかったでしょうが、本人は後悔していないそう。
Apparently, he's more impressive than I thought. Canada takes out all of them and dusts himself off.
鉄砲玉ってのはこういう時のためにいるんだぜ。抜いといたから怪我は残んねえだろうが、次はねえぞ。
He clenches his fist in emphasis. Better think twice before you mess with Cousin Hanada again. Cousin Hanada.
三したかてめえは。
He's right. He's right. That's a thing that a Zako would say. A fucking Zako.
花田君の喧嘩は見ものだったでしょ、ゼンラマン君。
You're so strong. You're sugoi. You know what? Never mind. You are truly amazing, cousin Hanada.
褒めても笑顔しか出ねえぞ、おら。
We leave aside of the brawl and decide to exchange information.
私は監視を当たりました。多少金銭が動いたものの、まあ想定の範囲内です。
Expected amount?
0221番半熟こと鳥栖恵子は母親と共に幾度となく違法売春をやっていたそうです。その末に捕まってここに来た。
なるほど。親子丼のお母さんが鳥で娘が卵ってことね。だから半熟。
母親はプリズンにはいないようですが、監視の話が曖昧だったので他にも何かあった可能性が高いかと。大して調べていないのでしょう。ともあれ一番重要なのは鳥栖が極道ではないということです。
Does that mean a Yakuza clan is involved in an incident?
そうとも言えません。関係者である可能性はもちろんありますし、売春をやっていたなら十中八九後ろ盾があったでしょう。
Supporter, meaning someone who's backing her somewhere.
それにもともと組に無関係なものだったとしても、餌を与えるか弱みを握るかすれば人は動きます。このプリズンでは特にね。
協力者って顔して懐まで潜り込んだ上でいきなり弓引いてくるようなゲス野郎は今までも少なくなかった。
There are prisoners who may not be Yakuza, but cooperated with them instead. Nobody. People like me. There's a chance I've been suspected from the beginning. It wouldn't be surprising to learn they thought I was some assassin here to take out Nesan, so they were warier of me than they had to be.
ショックだったかよ。
Not at all. But Nesan dispelled those suspicions when she accepted my challenge. She assessed me and determined she wanted to use me. Actually, I'm really happy about it. I find her magnanimity really cool.
それでこれ以上調べるってんでもないんだろ。どうすんだい今から。
We meet up with cousin Umezu and continue our discussion. I like he really kept up with a cousin.
いい方法を思いついたんですよ。ねえ、花田君。
ああ、これ以上情報が集めらんないなら本人から聞く。
That's a good idea, I think. Where's Saltboiled again?
確かまだ懲罰棒って聞いたぜ。
Which means we'll have to wait until she gets out. I think to myself.
先生、あいつですよ。さっき俺らのこと殴って逃げてったのは。
私32時間勤務で眠いんだけど、なんで引き継ぎがどこにもいない。
You can tell Sulfurin doesn't care. One of the Okinawa clan thugs, Hanada, just trash, comes over with an exhausted Sulfurin in tow.
おやま、ちょうどいいところに来てくださったよ。
What are you going to do?
ま、見ていてください。
じゃあ、ちょっと行ってくんぞ。
With that, cousin Hanada punches the Okinawa clan thug without reason. On her guard hears the commotion and rushes over.
こういう時のために。
Cousin Hanada says that and gives me a smile.
ああ、大声で目覚めた。こいつ高速。
Oh, I see. I think he's deliberately trying to go into solidarity so he could infiltrate and shit. And he is taken away.
So kai. Hanada ga choubatsu ni buchikomare ka.
Okay, this is the last scene I can handle. And then we give Nesan a report, and she gives a collected nod. It was so kakoi, knocking everyone out.
おやおや、ヤクザに憧れるようになったのか？なら今からでも親子杯交わしてやってもいいが。
But it's organized crime.
よくないか？ そりゃそうだな。だったら花田の分まで仕事をするとするかね。
I go on patrol with Nessa for the first time in a while. She's usually the one in charge, so doesn't go out herself that often. I'm thinking about including a Yakuza character in the game. The name would be Tennumakiri. Jesus fucking Christ. This game just keeps on giving.
背中にでっけえ馬の紋々してそうだな。
Which is why this is the perfect chance to talk about the game with her.
畑の親分さん。
But we're interrupted by a young man's voice.
義人組の若菓子か。これはどうかしたのかい？
いえ、親分さんが誰ぞに襲われたって聞きましてね。どうなってるのか聞いてこいと親父から言われまして。
目下捜査中だ。悪いが急いでるんでね。失礼させてもらうよ。
But he's blocking our way and doesn't look like he's going to let us pass.
どうしな。私は仕事があるんだ。てめえらみたいな三下の相手をしてる暇はね
え。Nasan doesn't back down despite being outnumbered.
おうおう、畑の組長さん。三下ってのは一体誰のことですかね？
俺はこう見えても十分頃に殺意の橋本ともやり合った男なんですがね。
There are 15 of them. They all attack in unison. We won't have a chance. Our enforcer, cousin Hanada, is in solitary right now.
そう言い切り立つな。私らはここを通りてえと言ってるだけだよ。どいてくんな。
Even at a time like this, Nasan wants to sell things peacefully.
ことを荒立てて一体何の得がある？問題を起こせば看守に目をつけられるんだ。お互い幸せな方がいいだろ？
あたしらもガキの使いで来てるわけじゃねえんですよ。プリズンの治安を守りたい。そう考えてるのは一緒だ。
But there are many issues that can't be resolved by talking.
おい、図に乗るのも大概にしとけよ、坊主。サンバガラスがいなけりゃ何もできねえと思ってんのか？
あんたが顔役になってからこういう事件がたびたび起きたとあっちゃ静観してるわけにもいかねえでしょ。
てめえみたいな三下に出る幕なんぞねえって言ってんのが聞こえないか？
若菓子に舐めた口叩いてんじゃねえや
！One of the young Yakuza members rushes over to swing with his fist. What happens when you can't sell things by talking? I figure there are times when the other party won't listen, like me.
ああ、まあそういう機関棒も確かに存在する。私らも男を売る家業だ。舐められっぱなしというわけにもいかね
え。So, what do you do?
決まってるだろ？そういう時は。
Nessa easily dodges the punch and grabs the assailant's wrist. Then she wraps her left leg around his neck. She slams her right knee into his chin. When they won't talk things out, you take them out by force.
進め、大丈夫か兄弟？
とっととイム島に連れてってやれって。
この程度でガタガタ騒ぐなよ、ガキども。そんなに永久歯が大切なら静かに壁に寄んな。
If they all attack us at once, the two of us won't stand a chance. That's why Nessa brutally took out one of them to make an example of him. A warning to let them know what will happen if they mess with her.
選べよ。道を開けるか、地に伏すかだ。
そりゃ出過ぎたことを言って失礼しました、親分さん。
The Jijin clan Yakuza give in and let us through.
行くよ、ボン。
And so, Nessa easily opened the path for us. Was that karate too?
いや、さっき漫画で読んだ技。
Alright.
引いた？
No. That was exciting.
そうかい。さて、今日の晩飯は何だったかね。
Like how she's all smiles now. I'm going to train hard to become strong as well. That's how inspiring she was. I decided to work even harder as a mediator until cousin Hanada returns. This pro wrestling poster is contraband. I don't want the Nessa to get blamed for any of my oversights.
犯人探し
Yeah, I want to help.
気持ちはありがたいが、てめえは組の人間じゃないんだから余計なことは考えなくていい。張り切って顔役の仕事をやってくれりゃね。
Even getting Nessa to say that to me is big. They're really muscular, and their nickname, Unsinkable Battleship, is vaguely dirty according to Officer Yamagishi. When you're in a position of managing people, it's easy to be tempted.
ねえ、バイブの募集だけは勘弁しておくれよ。たっぷりと夜のウエスタンラリアットからスーパーホールドしてやるからさ。
Don't touch me! Sawaru now. After an incident with Hanamaru, these little honey traps no longer work on me. Oh yeah, Hanamaru appeared for a short time and she disappeared again. Anyway, there's no point in trying to seduce me. However sweet their talk may be, there's no telling what they're thinking underneath. That's why I keep my resolve strong, keep my desires in check. However, this job also often gives me a glimpse of the new side of the other prisoners.
やれやれ。立ち小便を続けてる限り、いつまでも便器からこぼれる尿が後を絶たないんだよ。
For example, Shimohei always cleans her toilet to keep it pristine.
おしっこがかわいそう。
He has a normal fondness for urine.
おしっこっていうのはね、神への祈りなんだ。平身低頭。つまり尊虚の姿勢で放尿すれば、絶対に目標を外すことはない。
I see. Even some of the prisoners I dislike have many facets of them.
だから小便のことを聖水と呼ぶんだよ。
I see. I learned that there are some things you won't find out unless you talk to people. As I carry on working, I barely had time to rest.
修一郎、エマージェンシーコールだ。
What's wrong, Amatsu-kun?
黄金色の閃光が体育を貫き、その本流に飲み込まれそうだ。
Ah.
誰と会話してるんだあれ。
When I don't notice that I need to pee, Amatsu-kun lets me know that my bladder is at its limit. What's the closest toilet from here?
構成センターだが、少々距離がありそうだ。
How long can you hold it?
30秒が限界だ。
That little? As I have no choice, I decide to relieve myself in the grass.
低層体って中国憲法の必殺技じゃないのか。
What the fuck is Heimeru thinking?
山岸主任強制処遇官どうしたか。
Wait, what?
貴様一体何をしているかそんなところで。
Officer Yamagishi is a stickler for rules and won't overlook any infraction.
そのやる気満々な騎乗位のような体勢ネット。
I'm crouching.
そう尊虚なぜそんな姿勢でおしっこをしている。
I'm very sorry.
しまえどこでも座ってすればお行儀が良いと思っているのか。
I'm sorry.
この後に歩く人の気持ちを考えたことがあるのか。早くしまえ。
I'm terribly sorry.
いつまで出しているんだ貴様は。
I wanted to water these flowers. I pointed at the flowers by my feet. My Nasan loved these flowers.
お姉さんがいるのか。
Yes. My parents spent all their time and energy on my gravely ill Nasan. So I was neglected and ignored. I don't know if she felt guilty for monopolizing our parents' time, but she always looked apologetic, giving me an insecure smile.
そうなのか。
I didn't really like my Nasan that much. It looked to me like she was playing victim all the time.
そうかもしれない。
But one day, when Nasan was crying in her hospital room, she said the white room made her scared. The walls were going to attack her. That's why I brought her flowers on a whim. They were these flowers. He wasn't.
この光ってる花かい。
Bruh. His speech check is now. He could win speech checks now, man. He leveled up his charisma level. Yes. The ones I peed on. It was an unremarkable bouquet of flowers, with a simple ribbon tied around them. When I handed them to my Onesan, she gave me a genuine smile. After that, I felt like I could talk with my Onesan normally. And she always looked after me. Officer Yamagishi?
貴様にもそんな過去があったんだな。辛かったな。寂しかったな。
Officer Yamagishi's crying really hard. Are you okay?
うるさい。見るんじゃない。
I didn't know she was so easy to. After that, my Nessun was always on my side. Even when my family disowned me, they looked after me until the end. Her puke mixes with my... Wait, what the fuck? Why did she puke? What?
そんな花であればどんな水でもかけてやりたいと思うのは不思議じゃ許す。
Wait, why did she puke just now? What the fuck? What is going on? It seems that Officer Yamagishi is the sentimental type. What's your favorite movie?
おばあちゃんの思い出。
That confirms it. Being able to see new sides of people like this is what makes this job so interesting. I like how he got to pass that skill that speech check there. What's up?
没収品なんですけど、多分低層体かと。
Chastity
こ
belt.
っそりつけていたらしくて、お風呂場で話題になったとかで。
Officer Yamagishi,
どうした？なんであるか？
does this fall under contraband?
低層体だと？
なりますよね。だって性的な用品だし。
バカ者！これは正規をいじらぬよう補助してくれる強制器具だろう。規則違反には当たらない。とっとと朝ごはんを食べろ。
Sometimes the job calls for mediators to eat outside the cafeteria. Starting this job, I've come to learn that there are many different people supporting the lives of the prisoners.
今日の麦飯はさつまいもが入ってて美味しいな。
I like how we're getting close with Himeru. Yes. However hard I find them to get along with, everyone's helpful to somebody. I've come to understand that.
どうしよう。違反品だと思って没収した上に粒まで生えてきちゃった。今さら返せないし。ゼンダマンさん、これいりますか？なんだったら私がつけてあげてもいいですけど。
But I fundamentally dislike the money.
人助けだと思って持っててほしくて。でも渡したら私は一切感知しないので責任はあなたに。
She's the one person who'll never grow on me. I think to myself.
ほんならゼンダマンさん、代わりに見回りは私がしときますから。
But yeah?
方言かな。それじゃあですね。
I'm at a loss for words. You have an accent?
普段は標準語で話すようにしてるんですけど、私香川の出身なんです。だからたまに。
I take a step forward. Try speaking your native language accent.
なんでですか？
I want to hear it.
言われると出ないし、私なまってるの好きじゃなくって。東京生まれはすぐバカにするから。
Do it.
死んでも嫌や。なんでガキに命令されんといけないんですか？
Speaking your accent.
なんでそんなんせんといかんのよ。
That's awesome. I love regional. What? Where did? Oh, it's because Taeka also has a regional accent, huh? More specifically, I like older women whose accents just slip out. Well, this is new. This is new.
ほんなら見回りゼンダマンさんにお願いしてもええかな。
I'm getting excited. I'm able to look at Kusumori more appropriately now. Iwako.
一気に距離詰めてきた。
I've become more mature, realizing that everyone has a good side to them. All because of the accent. Just then, Cousin Hanada returns. Wait, I thought that was supposed to end. Yeah, I should really call it in here. All right, this is part 1 of Taeka's route. That was a good start. Hey man, I really had.
変態プリズン
Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I'll see you guys on the next upload. Ciao.